The regular season comes to a close tonight. Live from Lacasse Park in Tecumseh, Ontario, Green Giants baseball as tonight the Saginaw Sugar Beets take on the St. Clair Green Giants. Good evening, this is Aaron Sanders alongside JP Justin Prince. We got a good ball game for you to cap off the regular season here in the Great Lakes Summer Collegiate League. JP, we begin by talking about the season recap between these two teams. St. Clair, they busted up the gates open on this squad, but again, it looks pretty close.
Yeah, as you can see, the way these two teams have battled all season, lots of runs scored, plus 20 advantage for the Green Giants right now on the season series offensively. So we should expect potentially a similar game tonight.
The Saginaw Sugar Beets, we begin with them, 23-16 record, but once again, all games are important. The playoff seeding has already been established, but once again, it's always a big game for them.
Yeah. Both of these teams still want to win tonight here, Aaron, because it's about two things. Game players' experience and making sure there's not any glitches coming into the postseason. You do not want to struggle coming in to a big playoff games like both teams are this week.
We go to the St. Clair Green Giants. On the other hand, they already clinched the Northern Division, so they're going to get a bye round regardless. But we talked to Dave Cooper and Chico LaButte earlier, and to reflect what you said already, it's always a big game. You got to stay constant because all these games all narrow down to one thing, how strong you want to finish off the regular season.
Exactly. This team has had a lot of leaders this year to get themselves to this position compared to last season. Last year, Dave Cooper told us both, wasn't expecting to get to this kind of position, not win again after having a long losing streak. This year, they've been having the momentum, having the leaders to be able to get the 8-game winning streak they did here in the month of July to get themselves ready for this year's postseason.
And the postseason is going to be an interesting story, but we'll get to that later on. But that sets up the story for you between the Saginaw Sugar Beets and the St. Clair Green Giants. When we return here, we'll have the call. Bill Kelso and Joey Battiano will deliver it to you. You are watching Green Giants Baseball on WeTV.
Windsor started a tradition way back of giving us great barbecue north of the border, and you can taste that tradition when you come to Tommy's Barbecue. Dive into Tommy's rotisserie-style ribs and chicken, along with the crinkle-cut fries, coleslaw, and the original hot and sweet sauces. Plus all those amazing desserts like Black Forest cake and strawberry cheesecake. Taste the tradition and so much more at Tommy's Barbecue, 999 Erie Street East. See you there, Windsor.
Again, everyone, this is Bill Kelso along with my broadcast partner here for this afternoon, or should say into early evening, if you will, Joey Battiano. Joey, first of all, welcome to the broadcast, and I think we're going to have some fun tonight.
Thanks, Bill. Looking forward to this one, the final game of the regular season here between St. Clair and Saginaw. The Green Giants just recently wrapping up the North Division Championship, and Saginaw a lot to play for here this evening as they're playing for second place in a home game in the first round of the playoffs.
Yes, and it's interesting to see what the Green Giants will do. Again, this game meaningless from a standing perspective, but at the same time, you want to go into the playoffs on a winning note. Yes, you'll see some players in and out of the lineup, particularly from the pitching staff. We're going to go look at the starting batting lineup for the Sugar Beets. It'll be Noah Marcoux batting first. He'll be followed by the shortstop, Cooper Marshall, and then Jordan Williams, followed by the center fielder, Ryan Robinette. Batting fifth is the DH today, Brady Wood. Matthew Houle is the catcher. Sean Fannin batting seventh. He's the right fielder. Second baseman, Sean O'Keefe, and batting ninth, Daniel Page. So that's the batting order for the Sugar Beets here tonight, and they're going to square off against the Green Giants starting pitcher is Marcus Christie. He's a big right-hander, relatively tall, but a real good right-handed pitcher, and he'll start on the mound. That's a look at him right there, and there's a look at his record. 51 innings pitched, 16 walks, 27 Ks. Nice record of 5-2. I think the Green Giants probably have the best four starters overall in the entire league, quite frankly. This is game number 10 for him. Again, a nice record. ERA at 4.30. Overall, he's had a nice season.
Marcus Christie goes 6 foot 195. He's a sophomore at Yavapai College in Mesa, Arizona, and he'll be taking on, as Bill mentioned, that formidable lineup for the Saginaw Sugar Beets here this evening. And here's how the Green Giants line up defensively.
DeLuke in left, Mossy in center, Cienfuegos in right. You've got Lotta at third, Dion at short, Homer at second, Harrison Jones at first, The pitcher is Christie, and the catcher is Alex Crump. So this game just seconds away from beginning. There's a look at the manager, the coach of the team, Dave Cooper. Sitting beside him is Chico LaBute, just out of your view, actually a little ways down there. There's a look at Christie here as we get set to start this one. Leadoff hitter is going to be Noah Marcoux, the first baseman, left-handed batter against the right-handed pitcher. And we're getting set to start this one. First pitch of the ball game is low and inside. It's 1-0.
25 degrees Celsius here at first pitch, 79 Fahrenheit with a southwest wind at 12 miles an hour.
Pitch in for a strike. It's 1-1. Marcoux hitting .272 on the season. But has power, 6 home runs, so he can hit. And look at this. He hits it to right field, and guess what? This one's gone. A leadoff home run by Noah Marcoux, his 7th home run of the season. Boy, I opened my big mouth, didn't I?
He hit that one a mile, Bill. Boy, he was all over that inside pitch from Christie. And, boy, getting some power out of that leadoff spotter. The Sugar Beets Marcoux sends it out of here before the people are even sitting down at Lacasse Park.
Look at this on the replay, Joy. Did he hammer it? And Cienfuegos just turned around and waved goodbye. He hit it a mile.
Yeah, he didn't even have to move there, Cienfuegos. He could have watched that one go.
So it's an early 1-0 lead. That's fouled back by the second batter, the shortstop, Cooper Marshall. Boy, I hate that when I'm right. Oh, man. Nice timing. Curveball in for a strike. It's 0-2. 0-2 to Marshall. Josh Williams, the left fielder, waits on deck for the Sugar Beets. Curveball is fouled off. Batter stays alive. Count remains 0-2.
Pretty clear the Sugar Beets came out here, and this is a big game for them, so they want to assert themselves early.
Strike 3, got him. So out swinging is Marshall, 1 away here in the first inning. He'll bring up the left fielder, Josh Williams. Williams batting .261 on the season with 2 home runs, has 15 RBIs, 2 triples, so he shows that he has good speed. Here's the 1-0. It's swung on and hit into shallow left field. DeLuke caps under it and makes the easy play. 2 out here in the first inning. 1-0 is our score, and it's going to bring up the center fielder, Ryan Robinette.
This would be a good battle back here for Christie if he can get out of this inning with Robinette at the dish after giving up the leadoff home run.
First pitch, wrap foul, 0-1 the count. Good rip by Robinette, but he twisted it foul.
Yeah, he was all over that pitch by Christie. Again, first pitch swinging here on most of the Sugar Beets batters in the top of the first inning.
Crowd still filtering in here at the ballpark, and so far a good crowd on hand.
Absolutely, nice looking crowd here for the final home game of the regular season. Looking forward to the playoffs, though.
Here's the 0-1, swing and a miss, it's 0-2.
That was the first time Christie really utilized a breaking pitch here this evening, had the hitter way out in front.
And the pitch is low and in the dirt, 1-2. 1-2 to Robinette. Should he do some damage? Brady Wood waits on deck. He's the DH here tonight. The 1-2 pitch is belted foul again. The count remains 1-2. Nice night here at the ballpark so far. The lights are on, but the sun is still out. Topped at foul. Count stays at 1-2. Some clouds in the area, but we'll see if they pass over. It's a nice breeze up here, Joey.
Absolutely, Bill. You always get a nice breeze up here.
Line shot to third. Good play. Long throw to first, and he gets him. Lotta over to first base. Well, 1 run, 1 hit. Look at this on the replay, Joey. Pretty easy play. It's right at him.
Well, Lotta, of course, known more for his pitching here with the Green Giants, getting the start at third. He made a nice play there to get the runner. And
although he plays the infield on his college team.
Okay.
Yeah, so 1 run, 1 hit, and no errors. And the score, as we come to the bottom of 1, it's 1-0 for the Sugar Beets. And on that note, We're going to look at the Green Giants with a record of 26-15 coming into this one. In first place, they have clinched first place. Here's a look at tonight's starting lineup. Carter Mossy will lead off. He'll be followed by Rodrigo DeLuke and then Krasmensky, followed by Miguel Cienfuegos. He's the DH. I should say the right fielder, batting fourth. Harrison Jones at first, batting fifth. Gavin Homer batting sixth. Lotta seventh, eighth is Crump, and ninth is Kevin Dion. So that's the batting lineup, and they will square off against the Saginaw pitcher who just happens to be wearing number 30. His name is Jack Taggett. He's a right-hander. Well, he has a pretty high ERA, 7.71. Not in love with the ratio on the walks to innings pitched.
Looks like a little bit of a control issue here in 13 games for Jack Taggett, but he's getting the start here this evening against the Green Giants. Of course, we know St. Clair is a team with a lot of speed up and down their lineup, so maybe those walks will certainly help this Green Giants ball club.
Certainly the first four guys in the lineup for the Green Giants, a couple of them have some decent power, but they certainly have a lot of speed throughout this lineup, no question. Particularly Mossy, who leads the league in stolen bases. A look at the defensive alignment. We'll let you do that from left to right. Go ahead there.
In the outfield, it's Williams, Robinette, and Fannin left to right. Page, Marshall on the left side. O'Keefe at second base. Marcoux, the home run hitter, back in the first at first base. The battery this evening is Taggett and Houle for the Sugar Beets.
Carter Mossy will lead things off for the Green Giants here in their bottom half of the first inning, and they trail by a run.
Mossy at 307 this year, 19 batted in from the leadoff spot.
Almost 30 stolen bases, however. There's a pitch in tight, 1-0. Excuse me, 1-0 to Mossy.
The games I've seen this season, Bill, he can easily turn a base hit into a double with that speed on the base pass.
Pitches up high, make it 2-0. So 2-0 to Mossy with Rodrigo DeLuke on deck. The 2-0 is in for a strike. It's 2-1. 2-1 the count to Carter Mossy. And the pitch is outside, make it 3-1. So the count's been worked to 3-1 on Mossy. You don't want to put this guy aboard, Joey.
Absolutely not, and he's showing good patience here at this at-bat. There's been some close pitches.
Pitches batted foul near the Green Giants dugout, right in front of the screen. Count is full, 3-2. 3-2 to Mossy. The payoff pitch is swung on and hit into shallow left field, and it's going to be caught by Williams, and he'll make the grab, one away in the Green Giant first inning.
Nice job by Williams there. His speed to close in on this one, as it looked like it was going to be a little Texas leaguer that might drop in the Bermuda Triangle there, but Williams was able to get in there and make the catch. So 1 up, 1 down for the Green Giants.
He'll bring up the left fielder, Rodrigo DeLuke, who's hitting .262 on the season. He belts the ball down the right side, and the right fielder will make the play. So it's 2 up and 2 down for the Green Giants here in the first, as Rodrigo flies out to the right fielder. Sean Fannin makes the grab. He'll bring up local product, Gibson Krasmensky. He actually played hockey in his youth as well, Joey, and should let the people know Joey is also the broadcaster and media guy for the Saginaw Spirit. Great job there by Joey. And
thank you, Bill.
Joey Krasmensky did play hockey all the way up through minor midget.
Well, you could tell he's got the build of a hockey player. He's just a big kid. Obviously, he's got some power. 36 batted in on the year.
And some real timely hits. And hits, even though he's a switch hitter, Joe, he's much better from the left side, in my view.
Seems like the power comes from the left side, Bill, so that's certainly a good spot for him to be in right now.
0-1 the count to Krasmensky. Strike 2, swing and a miss. So 0-2 the count.
Looked like the pitcher there, Taggett, pulled the string on him a little bit. Krasmensky maybe looking for a fastball there.
You just see how the ball carries down the outfield. Certainly did in the first at bat. Curved ball, fouling it off and staying alive is Krasmensky. The count remains 0-2.
Yeah, it looks like tonight, Bill, if you're able to put one in the air, it might carry, especially if you put it out to right field. We saw Marcuse that still might be going out to right center field.
0-2 the count, 2 out, nobody on here in the Green Giants first. Curveball is up high, it's 1-2.
Overthrew that one. That's what happens sometimes with the curveball. It stays up, doesn't do much when you try to throw it too hard.
Miguel Cienfuegos waits on deck for the Green Giants. Krasmensky get aboard. The 1-2 is up high again. 2-2 the count. Taggart wants a new baseball.
Yeah, excuse me there, Billy. He wants a new ball because he's not happy with the seams on that one. That's
Get
two
the
straight breaking pitches that got away from him.
2-2, 2 out, nobody on. Bottom of 1. Pitch is low, the count is now 3-2. Well, it started off at 0-2 with Krasmensky, and it's now been worked to 3-2. He might get a pitch that he'll like. Let's see. The 3-2 pitch up high, and he walked him. And the catcher doesn't know where it is. And he still doesn't know where it is.
That's a really good at-bat right there by Krasmensky. As you mentioned previously, starting out 0-2 and battling back. He got a little help from the pitcher who had a little trouble locating his breaking ball, but overall good at-bat for Krasmensky.
Going to bring up Miguel Cienfuegos, who also pitches. Aside from DH, and today he's playing right field. Look at the batting average.
Wow.
327. Pitch in for a strike, cut the inside corner. It's 0-1 to Cienfuegos. Lefty against the righty, has a good batting stroke. Let's see what he does here. And the pitch, low and away, it's 1-1. So 1-1 to Cienfuegos.
I watched him in batting practice, Bill. It was the first time I saw him pick up a bat. He's got a nice old school swing to him.
Pitch is low, 2-1.
Two hands on the bat, uppercut swing, everything in the air.
Yeah, he's a real good hitter. And has good speed for a big guy. The pitch. Good eye low. It's now 3-1. Boy, it took a lot to lay off that one.
Again, working the count on this Taggart kid pitching, who is, as you mentioned, his walk to strikeout ratio not very good heading into this start.
The 3-1 is low again, and he walked him. So the Green Giants have runners at first and second, a man in scoring position. And it'll bring up the first baseman, Harrison Jones. Jones out of Scottsdale, Arizona.
Big kid, and you know what? For a guy who's 6'4", 220, he's pretty nimble over there at first base.
And he's got some power. 3 home runs on the season. Pitch is popped up. Hovering under it, the second baseman should make the play, and he does. It almost twisted away from him. That was O'Keefe. So for the Green Giants, no runs, no hits. We get a look at this in the replay.
Well, Jones is hoping there that he gets a cookie right down the middle, especially after the pitcher Taggart walked the last 2 hitters, but got a little under that one, and O'Keefe is all over it.
So at this time, it is 1-0 for the Sugar Beets. We'll be back with more baseball right after this.
I am Nadia Comunich for the best in local programming. Watch WeTV.
Like our champions, we know what it takes to win. Every day we put on our uniforms and we strive to be the best. Ring after ring, we keep practicing until it becomes second nature. Our craftsmen have put in thousands of hours to master their trade. And when things get tough, we make the adjustments needed to stay on top. Barron Championship rings. This is who we are.
We are back here at Lacoste Park in Tecumseh, Ontario. Bill Kelso along with Joey Patino. And Joey, your impressions of that first inning?
You know what, I thought Saginaw came out ready to hit, and Marcoux leads it off with a home run, and the Green Giants got to be patient against this pitcher Taggart.
Brady Wood hits it to short. Dion over to first, and there's one away. So the DH grounds out to short, one up and one down in the Sugar Beets second, and it'll bring up the catcher, Matthew Houle, as we look at this on the replay. Pretty easy play.
Yeah, it's a good start for Christie here. One pitch, one out in the
Textbook.
top half.
Yep. Here's a catcher, Houle. Pitch is popped up. Gavin Homer's going to call it. Now he's going to let Cienfuegos take it, and Cienfuegos makes the play, and it's the second out. Here for Saginaw. Look at this on the replay. Bit of a mix-up there.
It was hit a mile high by Houle, and Homer seemed to be under it, but as we mentioned, things hit out to right field are kind of blowing out, and Homer might have missed that one if Cienfuegos didn't back him up.
We'll bring up the right fielder, Sean Farron. 2 out here in the Sugar Beets second. It's only the third pitch of the inning delivered there by Christie. 0-1 count to Farron, who's batting .263 in the season. He has some power too, with 3 home runs on the season and 5 doubles. Curveball in for a strike. It's 0-2. 0-2 the count to Farron. And the pitch. Did he go?
Sure did.
Yes, he did. Strike 3 call. He got him. And for the Sugar Beets, no runs, no hits, and no errors. And the score, Joey Potatoes, had come to the bottom of 2. It remains 1-0, but a quick inning of work for Christie.
That's a 5-pitch inning right there for Christie. You don't draw him up much better than that. As we take a look at the North Division standings in the Great Lakes Summer Collegiate League, you see your Green Giants there who have clinched first place, and now it's all up to the Saginaw Sugar Beets here this evening. If they win tonight and Lima loses tonight, Saginaw will host that first-round playoff series. If not, then they will obviously be the visitors.
I think it's a one-game playoff, too, isn't it, between the two? Yes, and then regardless of where they play, it's just a one-game series. Then the winner will take on the Green Giants starting on Wednesday here. So that's how that sets up as we get set to start the bottom half of the second inning. The Green Giants will be batting Homer, Latta, and Crump. That's the 6, 7, 8 hitters in the lineup. Let's look at some of the crowd here at the ballpark. Again, nice night. It's still early, of course. The lights are on. We talked about that. A little cloudy, but not many because the clouds are starting to shift. The sun is still out here at the ballpark, and there's a bit of a breeze. So I think overall, a nice night.
It seems like the breeze has maybe quieted down a little bit since first pitch, but it's still here, which is making for, as you mentioned, perfect weather conditions here tonight. And the fans enjoying this one. This is a great crowd on here.
He'll bring up the second baseman, Gavin Homer. Homer is batting .211, but his contributions are more on the defensive side of the ball. He has been a fantastic second baseman all season.
Got a little help from Cienfuegos last half inning, but as you mentioned, Bill, the body of work's been fantastic.
Here's the pitch. It's 2-0 to Homer, and he has good speed, the second leading guy on the team in stolen bases. So he gets aboard. He's a danger. Just tipped it foul. Counts 2-1.
As tough as it is in summer league action, you want to get your hacks, obviously, but you got to be patient against this pitcher because he's had a tough time locating.
Swing and a miss off the screen, and it's now 2-2. So the counts work to 2-2 on Homer, with the third baseman, Chris Latta, waiting on deck. And the pitch, curveball is low. It's 3-2. So 3-2 the count. 3 of his last 4 batters, he's worked the count to 3-2, and he's walked 2 of them. And he walks this one too. So Homer walks. That's the third walk of the night given up.
I got to think there, Bill.
By Taggart. Go ahead.
If he doesn't get 2 walks already, he's probably getting that call because it was a close pitch. But Homer draws the walk, good eye, and again, just being patient against this pitcher for Saginaw. We got
they're warming up in the Sugar Beets pen already. Oh, they're only bees. The Sugar Beets look out past ball, and going to second base is Homer. But yes, there is some action stirring in the Sugar Beets bullpen. There's a right-hander throwing. Submariner.
Yeah, and you know what, Bill? They can't wait too long. If this game gets away from them, obviously they're in a situation where they need to win this game. They're going to have to get some action going if Taggett can't find the plate.
Want to know the count. So I got to miss. It's 1-1. 1-1 to Lotta. And you were right, Joey, earlier in the season, and most of the season he has pitched, but lately has come now into a positional player as well. Chopper hit towards third. Long throw to first, and he gets him. So the third baseman makes the play. Homer goes to third. Gavin Homer on the force out at first. Bit of a high hopper.
Yeah, that was a good read there by Homer because the third baseman did look him back, but as soon as he threw it, he took off and got in there without a throw.
So Page with the play to first, runner at third, one away here in the Green Giants second. Will bring up the catcher, Alex Crump.
By the way, that's number 34, David Klug, warming up in the Saginaw bullpen.
First pitch to Crump is outside, 1-0. Homer, you will notice, Joey, always gets the award for the dirtiest jersey.
Oh, yeah. That kid comes to play every night.
Usually it's between him and Crump. Check swing. Nope. No, you called it. Okay, it's now 1-1. Initial sign was not, but now the base umpire made the call, so it's 1-1, the count on Crump.
Got to make sure he's awake out there, Bill.
Runner on third, one out. Green Giants like to tie this one up here. The 1-1 curveball in for a strike gets 1-2. So 1-2 the count on Crump with Dion waiting on deck. In the dirt, 2-2. Kevin Dion, as mentioned, waits on deck. The 2-2 pitch. Got a piece of it, just ticked it. Stays alive, it count remains 2-2. And as mentioned, Joey, the crowd's still filtering in.
It's great to see.
This might be one of the bigger crowds of the season. In fact, I would say that it is. Up high. Count is now 3-2. 3-2 the count to Crump.
Lacasse Park's a great place to watch a game. Great history in this ballpark.
Swing and a miss, he gets him. So Crump goes down swinging, 2 out here in the Green Giants second inning. He'll bring up the shortstop, Kevin Dion. Dion is the second of 2 hitters at bats from both sides of the plate. So he'll bat left-handed against the righty. Curveball's a ball is 1-0, the count to Kevin Dion.
Not a lot of power here, Bill, but he can certainly leg out a base hit on balls put in play.
He's had a nice year. Curveball in for a strike, gets 1-1. So 1-1 the count to Dion. He's the 9th batter in the overall lineup for the Green Giants. And the 1-1 outside, make it 2-1. Taggett has thrown a lot of pitches so far in less than 2 innings work.
Yeah, and I'm trying to get a feel for his arsenal here, and it looks like fastball, curveball, and that's it. I'm not seeing any other sort of arsenal from Taggett, so he's not a pitcher who can really mix it up too much either.
It's 3-1 now. Pitches hit up into the air, but the shortstop is going to hover under it and make the play. And for the Green Giants, no runs, no hits, and no errors. We'll look at this real quickly on the replay. Anyways, at the end of 2, it's 1-0 Saginaw. We'll be back with more baseball right after this.
I learn by doing. I learn by reacting to a situation. St. Clair puts me directly into my industry. I'm dealing with real patients, real life situations. It's not just theory, it's not book work anymore. I choose to take control of my future and my path to St. Clair College. I choose to be here.
Did you know that the most severe injuries in our region are motor vehicle crashes? 65% of road fatalities last year were directly the result of distracted driving. 90% of injuries arriving in our emergency rooms are preventable. Our message to you this summer is, put down the phone. Just drive. Let's work together to keep our trauma stretchers empty.
We are back at Lacoste Park here in Tecumseh, Ontario. Bill Kelso along with Joey Patino. And Joey, it's still a 1-0 game, and the only hit so far this evening was a leadoff home run by Noah Marcoux. So far, otherwise, no hits.
Yeah, both pitchers have settled in nicely, and actually there's a new pitcher on the mound here for the Green Giants. As you mentioned, Bill, there's a good opportunity here for Chico LeBute to really kind of throw everybody out there and give everyone an opportunity to play, and Tyshawn Chapman's going to take over as the pitcher here. The sophomore from Stillman College is from Pontiac, Michigan, goes 6'3", 195, and here's his numbers so far this season. He's making his 6th appearance. Elevated ERA, as you can see there, but 5 1/3 innings. And again, control a little bit of an issue. The walks to strikeout ratio is seen better days for Chapman. So hopefully he can get in here on a tune-up before the playoffs and have a good showing.
Chapman's a tall guy. He's 6'3", 195, and he's going to face in the lineup O'Keefe, Page, and back to the front of the lineup, and he'll face Marcoux. So Sean O'Keefe, the second baseman, will lead off against Tyshawn Chapman. It's my first look at him all season. So the right-hander against the right-hander. Third baseman David Page is on deck for the Sugar Beets as they lead 1-0 here. We get set to start the third inning. Did speak about earlier that the Green Giants would be using more than one pitcher and getting a bunch of arms in there. Getting set for the playoffs. First pitch from Chapman. Fastball is in tight. 1-0. So 1-0 the count.
Final line on Christie tonight. 2 innings, 1 hit, 1 run. It's earned and 2 strikeouts.
There's a shot, and it's going to be off the leg of Dion. It was deep in the hole. O'Keefe now goes to second. Here's the throw, and he's out. So he out going to second base. It was a single, and he's thrown out at second base. That ill-timed chance there.
Wow, that was an odd bit of circumstances for O'Keefe, who probably might have gotten thrown out at first had Dion come up with it cleanly. Instead, he boots it to left field, and he got a little selfish there on the base pass, tried to stretch it into a double, and boy, there was just no play there at all. And Homer puts the tag on him, 1 out here in the top of the third.
Driven back to the backstop was David Page. They scored a hit and then thrown out at second base, so second hit of the night for the Sugar Beets. David Page, and then we come to the top of the lineup, and Noah Marcoux. The Sugar Beets in the dirt, the count's 1-1. So 1-1 the count to Daniel Page. Sometimes can't read my writing there, Joey.
Page is old school, man. No gloves for him. Up there hacking. Former Montreal Expo went into the Hall of Fame today who didn't wear batting gloves. Vladimir Guerrero.
And the pitch, swing and a miss. It's 1-2. So 1-2 the count to Page.
You're 1 strike away from 10% off at the merchandise booth. Go ahead, clap them and cheer them out.
And the 1-2 curve in the dirt, make it 2-2. So 2-2 the count on Page, as mentioned. Home run hitter Noah Marcoux awaits on deck. Pitch by Chapman is swung on, but down the right side, foul. Almost hit a youngster on the way through after it went off the roof.
Always got to be pay attention to those foul balls.
2-2 the count. One away here in the third. Good pitch, but just getting a piece was Page, hanging tough. Again, real good crowd on here this evening. It's fan appreciation night at the ballpark.
Have to get you your hot dog.
Two up high. It's now 3-2.
You know, Page has worked himself a pretty good at bat here out of the 9-hole. Obviously, you have Marcoux turning the lineup over, and he's got the home run. Page done a nice job.
Inside, and he walked him. So Page gets a base on balls, and it'll bring up Noah Marcoux, who hit a home run his first time up. He really jacked it out of here into the right field, over the right field fence rather easily. Marcoux, who hit his 7th home run of the season. He's got some dangerous power. The pitch to Marcoux is up high and outside, 1-0.
You know what, Bill? After I saw that swing by Marcoux, I almost ran out there and tried to move my car.
Yeah, might be a bad idea. Except you parked it in Bell River.
A little too far, maybe.
Not the way this guy hits him. My God, he can hit. 1-0 the count. And the pitch, good swing, but he missed. It's 1-1. 1-1 to Marcoux. Runner at first. 1-0's our score here in the top of 3. Chapman taking his time, and the umpire calls timeout.
Bill, Adam Kowalski for Saginaw has grabbed the baseball. He's throwing right now in the bullpen for the Sugar Beets.
And the pitch. It's a strike. It's 1-2. So 1-2 the count to Marcoux. Pitch is belted again, and it is foul. Had the distance, but foul.
He just got out in front of that one, but man, that again, home run power from the left side.
Time is called.
Looks like the umpire there, Bill's telling Marcoux, that's about as close as I can get. I don't think I'll give it to you next time.
Chapman does take his time on the mound. Doesn't work fast. The 1-2. Swung on and hit into right field. It's deep enough, but making the running catch is Cienfuegos. Nice running catch by Miguel Cienfuegos. There's two-way here in the Saginaw third. Thought at first there might be trouble.
He covered a lot of ground out there, Bill. That's a good shot into right field by Marcoux again. Probably about 10 feet in front of the warning track. Cienfuegos tracks it down.
So 2 away here in the third, and it'll bring up Cooper Marshall, the shortstop, who stuck out his first time up. So Marshall hitting .370 in the season, and he has power too. And the pitch is up high. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. We know what happened the last time I said that.
Last time. And Marshall struck out on 3 pitches there in the first inning against Christie.
Quick throw to first, and diving back safely is Page. Sometimes they don't give you their pickoff move from the first one. I think that's his pickoff move.
Yeah, a little bit quicker that time out of the glove, and not sure what kind of speed Page has, but he's getting a good lead.
And the pitch, swing and a miss, and off the screen, I should say. 1-1, the count to Marshall.
Bill, he's about 9 to 10 feet off first base on his normal lead, but if our cameras caught him, he is getting a healthy secondary lead. He's almost halfway to second base.
You get more than 11 or 12, you're usually on the move. Here's the pitch, up high, 2-1. So it's 2-1, the count to Marshall. 2 away, 1 on, 1-0 is our score.
It's a relatively big at-bat here for the Green Giants. Keeps the 3, 4, 5 hitters due up for next inning. Stays out of the meat of the lineup here in the top of the third.
Up high, it's 3-1. So 3-1 the count on Marshall. I don't think there's anybody up in the St. Clair pen at this time.
Doesn't appear so, no.
Quick throw to first by Chapman as he's going to keep trying to keep Page honest at first.
Pretty favorable running count, however, 2 outs. I don't think they'll want to run into the final out.
And the pitch swung on, and it's off the top of the roof and back into the field, but nevertheless the count is now full 3-2. This is the action pitch. You know he'll be running. Jones won't hold him.
Yeah, Page will be on the move. Maybe Chapman will hold it in the stretch an extra second or 2 to try to keep Page there as long as he can.
There goes the runner. Pounded off the screen, count still 3-2.
Instead, he quick pitched him, Bill. He was in the stretch there only for about a half second. He actually almost didn't come set. It was close to a block, but Chapman really sped up his motion there to try to throw off Page a little bit.
3-2, 2 out to Marshall. The payoff pitch. It's popped up and fouled out of play again, and Marshall hangs tough, forcing Chapman to throw a few pitches this inning.
Yeah, both Page, who's standing at first, and Marshall have put together pretty good at bats here in the top of the third against Chapman, who doesn't seem to have that put-away pitch.
Let's see what he does here on the 3-2. Up high, he walked him. So the second walk of the inning given up by Chapman. First and second now, man in scoring position for Gayosh Williams. And Chapman working himself into a bit of a jam here in this third inning. A bit of a conference at the mound. Williams hitting .258 on the season. Two away, 2 on. The Green Giants would like to keep the Sugar Beets score remaining at 1.
Absolutely, and Williams, pretty aggressive in his first at-bat, flew out to left field. This is a guy who has some power in his bat, but not a great average.
The first pitch, in for a strike. It's 0-1, the count to Williams. The 0-1 hit to third. Krasmensky tags the runner going to third, and it's 3 out there for the Sugar Beets. So no runs, 1 hit, and no errors. And the score as we come to the bottom of the third, it's still 1-0 for Saginaw. And Joey, your comments so far? Actually, hold those thoughts at this point in time. We're going down on the field with Aaron and Justin Prince, Aaron Sanders. Let's go to those two guys right now, guys.
All right, guys, thank you very much. And my partner in crime, we've seen so many players shift, a lot of new players coming in to fill in the void for the Green Giants, but hasn't been any other player that has filled in shoes and performed very well than Kevin Dion.
When it comes to Kevin Dion, he had to be pitched to come and join this Green Giants roster. Was not a part of the roster at the start of the year. But since the 19 games he's played in, he's been hitting well. 304, 17 total hits and 57 at-bats, including the 0 for 1 today, with 12 walks drawn, 7 strikeouts, and 15 runs brought in. That is really well done by the hometown switch hitter.
It's all just 1, 2, 3's numbers, but how has he been able to contribute to the Green Giants' success?
Well, we asked Chico Labute and Dave Cooper basically the same question about that. Who has been the most impactful player in terms of development? Kevin Dion was the one that was brought up with that. In fact, brought up as the life force by Chico Labute to help this team get to where it is, from where it could have been, where it is right now, to where it might not be if it wasn't the case, because he has helped solidify this team's defense and provide good hitting throughout the campaign this season.
And that's good, no question about it. Let's go back upstairs to Bill and Joey.
Thanks, guys, for that. Justin and Aaron and Joey Potato, the new pitcher on the mound for the Saginaw Spirits. Give us some info on him.
David Klug takes over from Lawrence University as a junior from Traverse City, Michigan, goes 6'3", 215, and as we mentioned when he was tossing in the bullpen, he's a side armor.
And his first batter he'll take on is the leadoff hitter, Carter Mossy, who flew out to left field in the first inning. We're in the bottom of the third. Score remains 1-0 for the Sugar Beets. Pitch is outside, 2-0. So 2-0 on Mossy. He'll be followed by DeLuke and then Krasmensky.
You saw the numbers there on Klug. This is a tough at-bat for righties here.
Fastball is fouled on the left side. Counts 2-1.
Bill, the reason he's able to come like that to the plate is because you'll see his glove side fly out toward first base and that arm trails, so the pitch appears to righties like it's coming right at you out of his hand.
And the pitch, good one too. It's 2-2. Certainly deceptive, isn't it?
Especially for right-handed hitters. You'll find that lefties see the ball really well off sidearm pitchers, but it's a very favorable position for a right-handed pitcher against a right-handed hitter when you're coming from that angle.
The 2-2 is inside and high, 3-2. So 3-2 on Mossy. Strike 3 call, got him. So Mossy strikes out looking. One away in the Green Giants' third inning, and it'll bring up left fielder Roberto DeLuke.
We just saw a score pop up that Lima has won their game 5-4, so Saginaw will be playing Lima and traveling to Ohio to take on the Locos in that one-game playoff.
So the result of this game is inconsequential as it relates to the standings. Good pitch delivered there by Klug. It's 0-1. My guess is they're not going to tell the players the score.
No, I wouldn't think so.
There's a chopper hit to the pitcher. Klug runs it down, flip to first. 2 up and 2 down in the Green Giants' third. 1-3 if you're scoring at home. And it'll bring up the DH, Gibson Krasmensky.
Final line on Jack Taggett, the starting pitcher for Saginaw, goes 2 innings, no runs, no hits, 3 walks, and 1 strikeout.
Krasmensky walked his first time up. For the Green Giants, and Cienfuegos waits on deck. Should Krasmensky do something here against Klug? Pitch is wide, 1-0. 1-0 the count to Krasmensky. He has been one of the better Green Giant players the last 2/3 of the season. Mr. Clutch. Pitch is driven down the right side, foul. Count 1-1.
Gibson should get a really good look at this pitcher, as we mentioned. For the same reasons why he's good against righties is the same reason why he'll probably have a little bit of tougher time against lefties. They see that ball really well coming out of his hand.
More time.
Well, you just never
Outside.
lose it. You never lose it, Bill. You watch his arm, and you can see the ball the entire time. He can't hide it coming from his arm angle against lefties, and that's what makes it a little bit easier to pick it up.
2-1 the count on Krasmensky. Good pitch, 2-2.
Yeah, real good location, little backdoor, maybe a two-seam fastball or a slide piece, but it was nicely thrown.
2-2, 2 out, nobody on in the Green Giants third. Inside and low, it's 3-2. So the count is full on Krasmensky. The payoff pitch, it hit him.
Ooh, boy.
He's going to go to first base. He got hit the other night as well, was Krasmensky. And Krasmensky is going to go to first base, and it officially recorded as a hit batsman. Look at this on the replay.
And with that sidearm angle, Bill, there's nowhere for you to go. The ball's tailing back toward the middle of the plate. It's kind of thrown at your feet, and Krasmensky just basically had to stand there and take it because he didn't know which way to go on that one.
Couldn't do the two-step quick enough. He'll bring up the right fielder, Miguel Cienfuegos. Cienfuegos also walked his first time up, so there's a runner at first, 2 out, here in the Green Giants third. Krasmensky appears to have shaken off the effects of being pinged off. Pitch is low, 1-0 to Cienfuegos. The 1-0 pitch. It didn't hit him, but going to second base easily is Krasmensky, as Cienfuegos was able to do the two-step.
Absolutely. It looks like Klug's having a little bit of a tough time locating here against lefties. As we mentioned, his body flies out to that first base side and arm trails behind. He could be trying to overcompensate a little. Also, he's pretty slow to the plate because of that motion. I know Krasmensky's not a steal threat, but he could be looking.
And the pitch.
Oh.
Did it hit him? I don't think it did.
Boy, oh boy.
Nevertheless, the runner goes to third. Krasmensky. Actually, for a big guy, Krasmensky doesn't move all that bad.
Yeah, I saw there he was thinking about home. I thought the catcher wasn't really paying attention to him, and Krasmensky took that wide turn at third. Good scoring opportunity here with 2 out now for the Green Giants.
3-0 the count on Cienfuegos. Strike one. 3-1 the count on Cienfuegos. He might have the go-ahead on here. Let's see. And the pitch, he fouls it off. The count is now full on Cienfuegos with Krasmensky at third. This is a big at-bat for the Green Giants. Here's the pitch. It's low in the dirt, and he walked him. Good block by the catcher, Poole. And runners are now at first and third with 2 out for the first baseman, Harrison Jones.
Yeah, first at bat, Bill Harrison popped up on his on the first pitch, maybe a little bit impatient, trying to do some damage. Let's see if he can make up for that with a base hit here to get the Green Giants on the board.
Pitching for a strike. It's 0-1, the count to Jones. And the 0-1, there goes Cienfuegos to second. He is safe. Coming home. Home is Krasminski, and the Green Giants have tied this one up.
Heads up baseball by Krasminski at third base. I don't know if that was a play on by the Green Giants or not. Either way, it's just heads up baseball. As soon as he saw the catcher throw to second, he took off for home. No throw. But the biggest part there, Cienfuegos has to be safe for that play to work, and he beat it out.
And he's got good speed for a big guy like I talked about earlier. That's in tight. Counts 2-1. So the game is tied at 1. The Green Giants have yet to record a hit. Just saying.
Break that up. No problem.
And the pitch swung on by Jones into shallow right field, and it's dropping for a hit. Cienfuegos coming in to score, and he does. So the Green Giants take a 2-1 lead on the bloop hit by Jones. And it's the first lead of the night and the first hit of the night for the Green Giants. Joey.
I'll tell you what, Bill, that's some more foreshadowing from you here for the second time in this ball game. A little Texas leaguer into right field by Jones gets down. Heads up base running again by Cienfuegos, who is heading home. No play at the plate, and all of a sudden it's 2-1 Green Giants, just like that, here in the bottom of the third.
Bring up the second baseman, Gavin Homer, who walked his first time up. One and 0 count to Homer. Jones at first. Chop wide of third, but foul. Counts 1-1. Chris Latta waits on deck for the Green Giants. Should Homer get aboard? 1-1, runner at first, 2 out, 2-1 for the Green Giants. And the pitch, fouled away. Counts 1-2. 1-2 to Homer. Pitch again, up high, make it 2-2. 2-2 to Homer. Again, runner at first. Green Giants have taken the lead here in the third. Luke delivers, strike three, call, got him. Homer caught looking, but the Green Giants take the lead, however. 2 runs, 1 hit, and no errors. And the score at the end of 3, the Green Giants 2, the Sugar Beets 1. We'll be back with a 4th inning right after this.
It's new, it's fresh, it's innovative, it's WeTV, Windsor Essex Television, and you can watch it anywhere. www.we-tv.ca is the place to be. If it's sports, entertainment, or community events, WeTV has what you're looking for. The people, places, and faces of our community are front and center on WeTV. Check out www.we-tv.ca for what's being webcast live. WeTV, we got you covered.
A staggering 40% of all majorly injured patients in Windsor, Essex are impaired by alcohol or marijuana. When you go out, it is your responsibility to make plans for a sober ride home. Designate a sober driver, call a taxi, or use public transit. The choice is yours. Drive sober, get home safe. Or the next ride you get might not be taking you home.
We are back at Lacoste Park here in Tecumseh, Ontario. Bill Kelso along with Joey Patino. And Joey, you're going to take over for the next 4 innings. Welcome aboard, and it's all yours.
Well, I appreciate it, Bill. 2-1 the score here heading into the top half of the 4th in a beautiful-looking full ballpark here tonight at Lacoste Park. It's fan appreciation night, and the fans have come out to support the Green Giants and their first place division championship in the regular season, and hoping for a long playoff run here in their second year as a franchise here in Tecumseh.
As we mentioned earlier, Justin, the Sugar Beet players probably don't know this. Lima won just earlier tonight, so they are relegated to 3rd place. So the Sugar Beets will finish in 3rd. They'll square off against Lima in Lima on Tuesday night.
Tyson Chapman back to work for his second inning. High strike called on the inner half, and it's 0-1. Ryan Robinette leads off for the Sugar Beets. 1-1 on it. Robinette grounded out to third in his first at-bat. Hit high and deep to left field, but that one's going to be foul.
Good rip, but twisted it foul.
Yeah, he was out in front of that pitch, ready for the fastball from Chapman, but a little too far out in front of that one. One and two on Ryan Robinette. Curveball stays alive with a bouncer foul.
That was a good curve. He didn't get much on it.
Yeah, that might have been the best curveball that Chapman's thrown tonight. Krasminski with the pick over there in the dugout. 1-2 pitch. Stays high. Count evens 2-2. Popped up, and this one is going to go back behind us out of play. 2-2.
He's hanging in there.
Yeah, it's been a pretty good at bat here by Robinette. Out in center field tonight for the Sugar Beets. Top four, 2-1 Green Giants. 2-2 pitch. Just stays alive.
Brady Wood waits on deck, and then Matthew Houle, the catcher. The scheduled three batters for the Sugar Beets here in the fourth. Game moving along here.
Yeah, this has been a quick game. Both Chapman and Klug, the new pitchers, work a little methodically. Great bender in there. Strike three. Buckled him at the knees.
Look at that curveball. Wow.
Another Lakeshore Paint Supply strikeout.
That was a pretty snappy curve, wasn't it?
That was the best curve. Both the breaking pitches he threw in that last sequence were the best that he's thrown all night. So Wood steps in. Grounded out to short in his first at-bat. Looks at a strike, 0-1. Chapman working quickly. A little bit high and away, and the count evens 1-1. He went around on that breaking pitch, and now it's 1-2 on the designated hitter, Brady Wood. 1-2, one out top of the fourth. Green Giants with two in the bottom half of the third to take the lead. 1-2 pitch, grounded to short. Dion dives, but can't get it. Base hit for Wood. And with one out, the Sugar Beets have a base runner.
Good stroke by Wood. No question. One of the better hitters in the club. Look at this on the replay. Nice even swing. No chance for Dion at short, and there's a runner aboard here in the fourth.
Matthew Houle steps in. Flew out to right in his first appearance, and Chapman checks on him. Close play over there at first.
That's a good move, doesn't he? He's quick.
Put it on display a little bit last inning, and right there, almost caught Wood. First pitch of the at-bat against Houle. In there, strike one. Chapman is a little bit funny. He seems to work very quickly out of the windup, but slows it down a lot out of the stretch. Oh, close pitch.
That was a good pitch, too.
1-1 on the catcher, Houle. Saginaw half of the fourth, 2-1 Green Giants. Marcoux led off the game with a home run. That's their run. Green Giants with two in the bottom half of the third. Runner Wood was on the move. It's grounded foul, and now it's 1-2 on the hitter, Houle.
Might have been the hit and run.
Good count to do it in. Chapman checks on him. Close pitch again, and the count evens at 2-2. More action in the Saginaw bullpen. Kyler Seaman has grabbed the baseball. 2-2 on Houle. Runner at first, one out. Pitch. Ground ball, foul on the third base side.
Appeared to top the ball. That's why it went foul. Didn't get a lot on it, really. Good count for Chapman.
Infield up the middle in double play depth. Latta off the line at third. 2-2. Grounded to the third. 5, 4, 3, and safe at first as Jones can't hang on to the throw by Gavin Homer. And they'll get the out at second base on the fielder's choice.
Look at this on the replay. Good play by Latta at third. And then Homer appeared to rush his throw trying to get the double play. Didn't get enough on it. And the runner was safe. He might have been safe anyways. Nevertheless, 2 away here in the fourth for the right fielder, Farron.
First pitch from Chapman up high. Starts him off with a ball. There's Sean Fannon's numbers on the season. 263 home runs, 14 batted in. Strikeout victim in his first at bat. So replace Wood with Houle on the base pass. Wood's put out as it's second on the fielder's choice. One 0 to Fannin. Swung on and missed. Came out of his shoes for that one.
Good off-speed pitch delivered there by Chapman. Great location.
Fannin, a free swinger, struck out, and as we mentioned in his first at bat, Chapman deals. Little high, 2-1. Strike zone's been a little tight tonight, especially on pitches up in the zone, not getting much higher than the belt. Two and one the count on Fannin. 2 out top of the fourth. Pitch in the dirt. Good stop by Crump. Holds Houle at first base.
Crump's pretty good at blocking the plate, especially when the balls go in the dirt. He's done a nice job this season.
Doesn't look like the runner Houle is too interested in making a bid at second.
Not many catchers do.
Yeah. 3-1 pitch. Swung on and missed, and run it full on Fannin. Runner Houle will be off on the pitch here. 3-2 count with 2 out top of the fourth. Chapman. Ball 4, close pitch again.
That's the third walk of the night given up by Chapman. Now it's at first and second, runner in scoring position for O'Keefe, the second baseman.
Second baseman number 2, Sean O'Keefe.
Who has a single, got thrown out at second base.
Yeah, O'Keefe was trying to stretch a base hit into a double. If you remember, it was hit to short, and Dion booted it into left field, ran it down, and threw out O'Keefe at second base by a wide margin. So Chapman with a little chin music on him.
We had 2 batters in the other game on Friday hitting the head with a pitch.
Wow. That's scary. I mean, these guys are throwing it upwards of 90 miles an hour. O'Keefe looks at one inside. You know what else I noticed in this summer league? That none of the players are wearing that chin protector that comes over like
the
most
flap?
of the major. Yeah, the little flap. You don't see that at this level. Two-0 pitch from Chapman. Generous call in the corner. 2-1. Runners at first and second. Hool at second, Fannin at first. And O'Keefe trying to drive in the tying run with 2 out here in the 4th. Chapman ready. Up high, 3-1.
Got to get the ball down, Joey. He has to get the ball down. Up high is not his friend.
3-1 pitch coming up to O'Keefe. And he walked him. Bases loaded now. Back-to-back walks for Chapman.
And David Cooper is coming to the mound for the Green Giants to have a chat. There'll be a conference. There'll be some people warming up, I'm sure, in the St. Clair pen with the bases loaded here in the 4th inning.
Yeah, with that, some stirring going on. In fact, they're going to bring in Mitchell Percy here right away.
So he'll warm up. The left-hander Persa replaces Chapman. Usually when Cooper comes to the mound, the pitching change is made.
Yeah, you do notice that. David doesn't play around too much when it comes to that stuff, but Persa will get his warm-up tosses in. The bases are loaded with 2 out, top of the 4th. We'll take a break. More Great Lakes Summer Collegiate League action coming up on WeTV.
Hi, I'm Luke Wilson of the Detroit Lions. For the best local sports programming, make sure to tune in to WeTV.
Pitching change brought to you by Rosati Construction. Develop, design, construct. Rosati Construction.
So Mitchell Persa in the ball game, now making his 5th appearance. That's a shining ERA at 2.25. 4 innings pitched in those 4 games. If I'm not mistaken, Bill, and I have seen only a handful of games this season, but Mitchell's usually setting up for Stephen Butts to close things out for the Green Giants. So that's his limited role, but he's gotten the job done in the times he has been called on.
He is 6'6", 285, but for a guy who's 6'6", 285, does not throw hard.
Yeah, he seems to nibble at the plate a little bit, lives on the corners, and we'll see what he can do here in a bases-loaded situation with the 9-hitter Page stepping in. Persa delivers. Strike on the outer half again. As we just mentioned, he's a guy who lives out there.
Let's see if Persa can put out the fire.
Page walked in his first appearance. 0-1 pitch. Curveball stays out there. Kind of short-armed it there, Bill, and it's 1-1.
Took forever to get to the catcher.
I didn't know if that was an eephus pitch or maybe it came out wrong. Bases loaded, though, here with 2 out. 1-1 pitch on the way here from Persa out of the windup. 2-1. You know, that's important, too. With Persa out of the windup, these runners can take a really hard secondary lead.
Good point.
2-1 pitch. And it's inside. 3-1, and this should be a pitch to hit here for Page.
This, I don't think, is in the playbook there, Joey, for the Green Giants. And Persa needs to come right at him now.
3-1 pitch from Mitch Persa. Little bit low, and he's walked in a run. So Page draws his 2nd walk of the game, yet to have an official at bat. And Hool crosses the plate.
And this game is tied.
If you remember, Hool was the runner that legged out that what could have been a double play there at first base. And now it's Marcoux, who's 1 for 2. Persa delivers. Good stop by Crump. With the bases loaded, a pass ball would probably give Saginaw the lead. But as we mentioned, Marcoux 1 for 2, a home run to lead off the game, and a fly out to right. 1-0 pitch stays high. Put a little star next to that fly out to right for Miguel Cienfuegos. He made a nice running catch out there.
Bullpen, a right-hander, is throwing for the Green Giants.
2-0 to Marcoux. Swung on and missed. Nice breaking piece from Persa.
Might have been Marcoux's worst swing of the night. He seemed to be fooled by that pitch.
If I'm not mistaken, Bill, it's Steven Stretzloff warming up for the Green Giants. 2-1 pitch from Persa stays high. And the body language right now, I do apologize, it's 22. That's Micah Harris.
So Micah Harris throwing in the pen.
3-1 to Marcoux. Good pitch. At the knees on the outer half and run it full on Marcoux.
Well, everybody will be going.
Payoff pitch. He walked him, and in comes another run. And it's 3-2 in favor of the Sugar Beets.
Shortstop, number 24.
Score Fannin on the play.
And the Sugar Beets have taken the lead as a result of the last 3 or 4 walks. 4 walks in a row.
Cooper Marshall's 0 for 1. He struck out. He also got on base with a walk in his last appearance. 370 on the season. Persa delivers, and Marshall was all over that one, but fouled it straight back.
Boy, when you walk 4 in a row, you're going to pay the price, and the base is still loaded. Not in the playbook.
Oh-1 pitch to Marshall. In there for a strike on the inner half. 0-2 on Cooper Marshall, 2 out, and the Green Giants trying to get out of this top half of the fourth. 2 runs in for Saginaw. 0-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled. He got just enough of that. In and out of the glove of Crump, and it's still 0-2.
Green Giants could have used that one.
No question about it. This has been a taxing inning for both Chapman and Persa. 0-2 pitch once again. That one's hit out to center field, but all over that is Mossy. He puts it in his back pocket, and that'll end the top half of the fourth inning with Saginaw scoring 2 and taking a 3-2 advantage on the St. Clair Green Giants.
Yeah, they get 2 runs on 1 hit, but 4 walks, and that's tough. Well, we have a TV show episode every week here on We TV. It's called We Talk Money. Hey, we can always use some of that with Robert Gignac. So that's We Talk Money here on We TV.
Heading into the bottom half of the fourth inning, Bill, and we have a new pitcher on the mound for the Saginaw Sugar Beets. He wears number 38, and that is Adam Kowalski. Kowalski, a senior at the Indiana Institute of Technology, is from Arlington Heights, Illinois. Big kid, 6'3", 245, and there are the numbers.
A little high in the walk category, but pretty good on the strikeouts and the ratio. ERA is respectable. No win-loss record. He pitched here the last time the team was in town a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, that's quite a few appearances onto the bullpen for this Summer Collegiate League. So Kowalski is a guy that the Sugar Beets can depend on. He's old school. I like it. The stirrups.
He'll face Lotta, Crump, and Dion, the 7, 8, 9 hitters for the Green Giants here in the fourth inning.
As you can see, the Lima Locos will host the Saginaw Sugar Beets in that one-game playoff as they knock off Grand Lake by a score of 5-4. Boy, those top 3 teams in the North Division, Bill, all have a solid season. And obviously the Green Giants clinching, but Lima and Saginaw both having very good years as well.
Oh, absolutely. You talk about an impressive 1-2-3 finish. And of those three teams, any of them could win it in the division.
Bottom half of the fourth inning coming up as the Green Giants lead was short-lived. They scored 2 in the bottom of the third to take a 2-1 advantage, but then turned around and gave up 2 in the top half of the fourth.
Yeah, that stings, Joey, and particularly the way it was done with all the walks. It's like you give teams the chance to score like that. It really takes away any momentum that they had.
Well, Chris Latta is going to try to get the momentum back in the Green Giants direction. He's 0-4-1 on the game. And the new pitcher, Kowalski, out of the stretch. Deals a little high, 1-0. Two and 0 on him now. Kowalski seems to have a little zip on that fastball. He's bringing it in there.
Throws hard.
Latta grounded to third in his first at bat, and he's in the driver's seat here, 3-0. New pitcher on the mound. I would assume he's probably taking this 3-0 pitch from Kowalski, and it's in there for a strike, 3-1.
Might just take again.
New pitcher, maybe they haven't seen, well, as you mentioned, he's had quite a few appearances, so maybe they have seen his stuff, know what's coming. 3-1 pitch, and Latta swung on and missed. And now the count is full at 3-2, and a good battle back here from Kowalski after going down 3-0. Payoff pitch. Grounded to second, it's gobbled up, and they'll throw out Latta to start the inning. O'Keefe goes to Marcoux, and the ground out goes.
Good play by O'Keefe, got down on the ball, got in front of it, didn't let it get by him. It was hit hard, but right to him. And again, a nice safe play by the second baseman O'Keefe, and it's one away here in the fourth inning.
Bottom third due up here, 7, 8, 9, and here's the catcher, Alex Crump. Fastball stays a little high. Crump struck out in his first appearance, 234 on the year, 15 batted in, looking for that first long ball. 1-0 up high, 2-0 on it.
Crump isn't big for a catcher, so he's tough to pitch to.
2-0 pitch on the outside corner, and it's 2-1. Pitcher's pitch right there.
That was a good pitch.
Kowalski again out of the stretch with nobody on. It's a, excuse me, swing to first. Crump racing there. Kowalski gets there, and a nice play by the Sugar Beets as Kowalski with a real tough play there, Bill. Running to first base to Marcoux, played it well.
Well, as mentioned before, Crump runs well for a catcher. We get a look at this in the replay, and he wasn't out by much. As you mentioned, an excuse me swing, and he shows pretty good speed.
Good transfer between Marcoux and Kowalski. Put out goes 3-1, and here's the 9-hitter Dion. Dion swung on and missed on the first pitch, 0-1. 298 for the season. He flew out to short in his first at bat. Oh, 0-1 pitch. A little bit low. Dion and Crump, two hitters, pretty tough to pitch to. They have crouch stance and they're not the biggest of stature, so Kowalski really has to be fine with his pitches here. 1-1. On the outside corner, and it's 1-2.
As mentioned, he has pretty good zip.
Kowalski trying to get Saginaw back into the dugout here in a 1-2-3 inning. 1-2 pitch to Dion. Stays upstairs. Run the count even. 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors for Saginaw. 2 runs on 1 hit, no errors for the Green Giants. 2-2 from Kowalski. Upstairs, and now run it full. Good at bat for Dion.
He's a tough out.
Payoff pitch on the way. Dion stays alive with a hack and falls it away to the left side.
Got something on it, but too bad he sliced it foul.
3-2 once again. Dion follows it at the plate, and that one hit the umpire in the hand. And the catcher, Page, will buy the umpire some time and go have a chat with Kowalski. Dion the hitter, nobody on here. 3-2 the count, bottom of the fourth. Dion hits it to second base. Gobbled up by O'Keefe, and a wide throw. Marcoux kept his foot on the bag, and Dion is out at first. 1-2-3 go the Green Giants. No runs on no hits, nobody left. And it's still 3-2.
Play was closer than it should have been, but Dion moves well. Look at this.
National Wing Day. You can believe that. I did not know that until I arrived today.
Nice job by Marcoux to keep that right foot on the bag, and Dion is out at first base.
So it's 3-2 at the end of 4. We'll be back with more.
I am Nadia Comunich. For the best in local programming, watch WeTV.
Like our champions, we know what it takes to win. Every day we put on our uniforms and we strive to be the best. Ring after ring, we keep practicing until it becomes second nature. Our craftsmen have put in thousands of hours to master their trade. And when things get tough, we make the adjustments needed to stay on top. Baron Championship rings. This is who we are.
Welcome back here to Lacasse Park in Tecumseh, Ontario. Looks like we have a pinch hitter for the Green Giants to start out.
Actually, it's a catching change. Kleffner will catch in replace of Crump.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So William Kleffner, who wears 28, will replace Crump. Kleffner, who joined the team a couple weeks ago. He's a bullpen catcher and then became activated. So Kleffner comes in to replace Crump. And Proctor comes in the game for Saginaw.
Adam Proctor. Batting here for
Gayosh Williams. Had to look that one up.
Yeah, it's a couple of moving parts here as we get to the top half of the fifth inning. Here's the numbers for Proctor this season. Lefty hitter, .211.
Good power, however. Has some power.
Count is even on him. Persa back to the mound for his second inning of work. One pitch, stays outside. Two and one on Proctor. That one's hit hard, but right at Homer makes the catch. Adam played well over there at second base, and 1 up, 1 down here in the fifth.
More on a line, it probably would have been a hit, but it was right at him. Look at this. Good play by Homer, but he was right there.
The center fielder, number 27, Ryan Robinette.
Robinette with his third at bat of the game is 0 for 2. Persa, little low on the delivery, 1-0.
Like I said, for a big guy, and a real big guy, doesn't throw hard. Nibbles at the corners.
That one popped up, third base side, and the catcher's gonna watch this one go out of play. William Kleffner taking over behind the plate for Alex Crump, as Bill mentioned, to start the inning.
Good move by the Green Giants. You don't want some of your regulars to get hurt. He's seen a lot of playing time, so it's great to get Kleffner in, just in case he's needed down the road.
1-1 pitch from Persa, showing bunt and getting it down. Persa fields, throws to Jones, not in time, and Robinette has a bunt base hit here with one out in the top of the fifth.
Fourth hit of the night for the Sugar Beets, and it was a surprise bunt. Look at this, Joey.
Yeah, well executed bunt by Robinette here out of the cleanup spot, and Persa came off the mound to field it.
Just not in time because Robinette moves fairly well down the line.
Yeah, and a lefty pitcher has the advantage in that situation. He's already staring at first base, doesn't have to turn around like a righty would. Here's the designated hitter, Brady Wood. Persa with a step off and a throw over. Wood 1 for 2 on the night. First pitch from Persa stays wide.
Little tidbit of information, Robinette's a twin, has a twin sister who happens to be here tonight, and her boyfriend is the bat.
That's a fantastic tidbit, Bill. There goes the runner. Throw from Kleffner's high, and Robinette has stolen it. I was just going to say that Persa's a little slow to the plate as a lefty, big body, takes him a little while to get there, and Robinette, who had already gone out with a bunt base hit, takes second base.
And doesn't throw hard to begin with either.
1-0 on Wood. 2-0, excuse me. There goes the runner again. Here's the throw from Kleffner, and it's wide of third. Nice stop by Latta at third base, and Robinette's gone first to third here with 2 stolen bases. And there's a runner at third with 1 out. He got a walking lead on that one, Bill. So now Persa, much more comfortable out of the windup, delivers upstairs, and he's walked him.
Well, he's in a jam, that's for sure. First and third with only 1 out.
That'll bring up Matthew Houle, who is flying out to right and grounded into a fielder's choice, but ended up scoring on that brigade of walks, 4 consecutive from the Green Giants. Grounded to third, Latta to second, Homer to first, Jones, double play the inning here in the top of the fifth, and a good job by the Green Giants to get out of that jam as Persa gets the 5-4-3 double play. Saginaw still up 3-2 as we head into the bottom half of the 5th inning.
Well, you're right. Persa got himself out of a jam because that double play did it for him. Otherwise, the Green Giants were in trouble. But we're going to look at our next broadcast will be Wednesday night. The opponent to be determined between the Sugar Beets and the Lima Locos. So it'll be St. Clair against one of those 2 teams here Wednesday night here at the ballpark, Wednesday, August the 1st, 7 o'clock broadcast time, and we might see you back here again.
Looking forward to that one, Bill. Should be a good one. As you can see, there's, there's us right there.
Our broadcast location.
And
well, look at the much younger Joey Patino. Doing a great job. Thanks, Joey, for all your help.
Thank you. It's great to work with you. I enjoyed all your work that you did with the Spitfires back when I was still watching as a fan, and it's an honor to work with you and you guys here at WeTV. So I really, it's I appreciate the opportunity.
And as you well know, you're welcome anytime. And I will obviously we'll be seeing you at the rink this season, certainly at the WFCU Center when Saginaw, who visits at least 3 times. So, yes, I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot of each other this year.
And it should be fun, Bill, because you look at the two teams, and they're pretty much stacked up to be pretty good at right around the same time. I think Windsor might be a year behind Saginaw a little bit when it comes to their top players, but it's close. I mean, it could go either way. Both teams are probably only a player or two away from really contending here.
And I agree with you. It's going to be a really interesting season, so I'm looking forward to certainly having discussions at the rink, that's for sure, with you and Dennis DeRoche.
Oh, it's always fun bringing Rosie into it.
Good point.
It's fun. You know, we got Saginaw, Tecumseh, Windsor here tonight, and we'll get Saginaw, Windsor with the OHL season coming up. Top of the order, Carter Mossy 0 for 2, and just getting this guy on base, Bill, would be a huge thing for the Green Giants here.
Took some words right out of my mouth.
Flied out to left and struck out his last appearance. Popped it up, and this one, if it wasn't for the fence that encloses us, would probably be coming right back toward here. In fact, that
hit a
one's
car?
out on the street behind us.
It probably hit a car.
Hit a car.
Sometimes it hits the roof, other times it gets a car.
0-1. And Mossy down in the count 0-2 quickly here to Kowalski. There's no doubt that a player like Mossy could be the catalyst for this offense, and has not gotten on base here tonight. In a hole 0-2. In there, strike 3. Got him with that two-seam fastball that kind of rode back over the outside corner.
The second strikeout that Mossy has tonight. Now he goes 0 for 3.
That'll bring up Rodrigo DeLuke, who is 0 for 2. A fly out to right and a ground out to first. Excuse me, a ground out to the pitcher who made the put out at first. Up high, the pitch from Kowalski.
Kowalski has pitched well.
Yeah, he's come in. He's got a good pace right now. And seems to be dealing at this point. 1-0 pitch. Stays upstairs. And when you look at a guy like Kowalski, even the strikes he's throwing are pitcher's pitches. He's not really coming into any of these Green Giants hitters. Here's the 2-0. Nice breaking pitch.
Green Giants was just 1 hit so far tonight. 2 runs, so it's basically a gift, if you will, for the lack of a better words. But yes, it's 3-2, but with only 1 hit through 4 1/3 innings, they've got to get their bats going.
You know, that was a strike, but a curveball that broke right over the middle of the plate. So Houle went out there to talk to Kowalski right away. 2-1 on DeLuke. Swung on and missed. And I guess Houle says just come right after him with the fastball.
Or the pitch fooled him. It was unexpected. Another reason why sometimes catchers will jump up and, hey, I gave this signal.
2-2 here to DeLuke. The pitch swung on and missed, and Kowalski struck him out.
2 strikeouts in a row for Kowalski.
From Iowa Western Community
He's taking control of this thing.
23, Gibson
Krzminski without an official at bat here tonight. It's been walked and hit by a pitch. He scored a run when he was hit by the pitch.
Again, a switch hitter, but batting left against the righty. Much better power. In fact, all his home runs are left-handed.
He wore one off his ankle last time. Kowalski straightens him up with a fastball high and tight. 1-0. Fouled straight back, and the count evens 1-1.
Good rip.
have to think that that pitch that hit him earlier on in the ball game might have hit that ankle pad he has on his right leg, because boy, I really thought that one was going to smart, and he was able to shake it off rather easily. 1-1 pitch to Krasminski. That one's hit a ton out to right field, but right at the right fielder Fannin, and there are 3 outs here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Boy, that's a little bit of a tough luck break there for Krasminski. We'll go to break. It's 3-2 Saginaw as we head to the top half of the 6th inning on WeTV.
I learn by doing. I learn by reacting to a situation. St. Clair puts me directly into my industry. I'm dealing with real patients, real life situations. It's not just theory. It's not book work anymore. I choose to take control of my future and my path to St. Clair College. I choose to be here.
Did you know that the most severe injuries in our region are motor vehicle crashes? 65% of road fatalities last year were directly the result of distracted driving. 90% of injuries arriving in our emergency rooms are preventable. Our message to you this summer is, put down the phone. Just drive. Let's work together to keep our trauma stretchers empty.
We are back on Lacoste Park. Bill Kelso along with Joey Patano, and that is a look right there on our screen. That's the president of St. Clair College.
Enjoying this one here this evening, as well as the many fans that are here at Lacoste Park. 3-2 the Sugar Beets ahead as we head into the top half of the 6th inning. And it looks like a new pitcher for the Green Giants heading into this top of the 6th, and it's Micah Harris.
So Micah Harris on the mound. Again, that was Patty France, who is the president of St. Clair College. Does a great job here in Windsor.
Harris in his 6th appearance is 1-0. ERA at 9. 8 innings though with one walk and 3 strikeouts. He doesn't have too many put-away pitches, but he does do a nice job keeping the ball on the ground. I saw Harris pitch in outing earlier this season. He went 3 innings. And his parents are up here with us, I do believe.
Yes, they are. The parents are right beside us.
Bottom third of the order for the Sugar Beets. Harris delivers low, 1-0 to Sean Fannin, who is struck out and walked, scored a run. 3-2, Saginaw leads it. Harris delivers, fastball swung on and missed, evens the count 1-1. Outfield and infield playing Fannin straight up. Fannin swings and fouls one straight back, and now Harris up in the count, 1-2.
It's good for a pitcher to come in and get ahead of the batter, especially the first batter.
Something that the Green Giants pitchers have struggled to do here in this game so far. 1-2 pitch on the way. Swung on and missed, and they'll complete the out with a throw to first. Nice job there by Kleffner to throw out Fannin.
Nice off-speed pitch, fooled the batter, catcher too. But Kleffner makes the play. Nice start for Micah Harris. He's a local kid.
Sean O'Keefe, the number 8 hitter, takes a strike on the outside corner.
Very workmanlike effort so far for Harris.
Harris has come in throwing strikes. And as we mentioned, that has not been the easiest tonight for the Green Giants pitchers. There's a bender that I don't think the umpire hung with that one. Looks
good
to be
pitch.
Well, belt high on the inner half, but called the ball. 1-1. That one's ripped up the middle. Dion picks it up and throws O'Keefe out.
Pretty efficient inning so far for the Green Giants. 2 up and 2 down here in the 6th. And Look at this on the replay. Sharply hit it right to Dion and made a nice play.
Two out for the number 9 hitter, Daniel Page. Page has walked twice in this game. He was part of the 4 consecutive walks. That one's grounded to second. Bush surrounds it, throws on the run, and got him. 1, 2, 3 for Harris here in the top half of the 6th. And the Green Giants coming up to bat now, trailing 3-2 to the Sugar Beets.
Nice play, but at this point in time, let's go down to Justin Prince and Aaron Sanders, and they're going to have a bit of a discussion. Guys, take it over.
All right, guys, thank you very much. Back here in the middle of the 6th, and you know what, JP, in the world of sports, we talk about consistency over and over again, but you know what, that's what the Green Giants have. It's all spearheaded from their head coach, Dave Cooper.
Yes, when it comes to Dave Cooper, he told us earlier on that he stresses to these players all the time to think, to work as hard as they can and to think. The methodology or the analogy I should really say, gave was compared to a VO rail. Always going 8 miles per hour, keep chugging along every single game. That is how a baseball team to him should function, and that is how they've been day in, day out throughout the season this year, Aaron.
You know, we talked about Kevin Dion earlier, but you know what? Team effort doesn't come from one player. It comes from a supporting cast. That's what the Green Giants have been producing since the beginning of the season.
Yeah, exactly. Some players stepping up, like Gibson Kuzminski, known for having a good bat coming into the season, has been stepping up in the field at third base throughout this campaign. You also have Carter Mossy, who struck out 40 of his first 80 at-bats around that range. As we talked about with Chico Abute, he mentioned, as well as David Cooper. He's been able to get things together a bit, as well as become a threat on the base paths from second, for stealing second or third base every single time. The bullpen has come together. It's been an effort where when one player might struggle, another player steps up. A new leader takes over for that stretch of the season.
We got a full house, and so is this crowd here at Lacasse Park. Upstairs to you, Bill and Joey.
Thanks, guys. Bill Kelso along with Joey Patino here. We get set to start the bottom half of the 6th inning, and Joey, the Green Giants got to get things going here offensively. Still only have 1 hit on the night.
Well, the good news for them, Bill, is that Kowalski's coming out of the game, and Kyler Seaman is the new pitcher. Cienfuegos, the hitter, tried to bunt his way on, but it's fouled at the plate. Cienfuegos, the cleanup hitter here this evening, has walked twice and scored a run. 3-2 here in the bottom half of the 6th inning, and there is Kyler Seaman, the new pitcher. That one's inside, and the catcher couldn't handle it. 1-1 on Cienfuegos, who's trying to get the Green Giants off and running here in the bottom half of the 6th. Seaman's delivery stays high, 2-1.
Green Giants did not enjoy their time against Kowalski.
No, he was delivering the mustard, I guess, if you will. If his last name's Kowalski, he had it going on, and 3-1 now on Seaman. And again, what they weren't seeing against Kowalski, you never know. They could turn their fortunes around against this new pitcher, Seaman. 3-1 pitch. Fouled off at the plate by Cienfuegos, and now the count runs full.
Next batter for the Green Giants has their lone hit. That's Harrison Jones.
3-2 to Cienfuegos, and ball 4. Either that or it hit him. Either way, he's going to get on first base here to lead off the bottom half of the 6th. The 3rd walk of the game, Bill, for Miguel Cienfuegos.
Talked about this before, Joey. He has good speed. In fact, has scored once tonight.
Jones with a bloop out to right field is the only hit of the ball game, as Bill mentioned. 1 for 2, and that one in the dirt. Good stop by the catcher, Page, and it's 1-0 on Jones. A single for 2, 254 on the season. 1-0 pitch again on the outer half.
That had some snap to it, didn't it?
That outer half seems to be getting wider and wider here as the game goes along. 1-1 the count on Jones. 1-1 pitch is fouled straight back. 1-2 on Harrison Jones, who hails from Scottsdale, Arizona, is going to Paradise Valley Community College. He's a sophomore, 6'4", 220 pounds. One-two from Seaman. It's fouled off to the right, and again, 1-2.
Cienfuegos was on the run.
Not a usual count that you see a runner take off. Maybe Cienfuegos saw something in the delivery of Seaman, or maybe Seaman just stopped paying attention to him over there.
Or both.
1-2 pitch. Runner holds, and the pitch is wide, evens the count 2-2. Runner going again, and it's a pass ball, and the runner, Cienfuegos, is going to try for third. Here's the throw, and he's in there. A two-base pass ball, and Cienfuegos a little shaken up, but he'll walk this one off with a head-first slide into third. He's in there, and now a runner in scoring position with nobody out for the Green Giants.
They don't want him getting hurt either because he's a pitcher and an important pitcher in their rotation. Here's okay, though. And I think he just beat Gavin Homer for the dirty jersey of the game.
Good aggressive base running there by the Green Giants. Again, that's a 2-2 pitch with the runner in motion. Here's the 3-2. Jones back to the pitcher. They got the runner hung up, and he dives back into third, and Seaman goes to first and gets the out of Jones, one away here in the bottom half of the sixth.
Good fake out there by Seaman. Look at this.
You know, there might have been a play there, Bill, if he throws it.
I know, if he drills it back. He had him leaning, maybe. You gotta catch this runner and hit a third.
Gavin Homer steps to the dish. 0 for 1 with a walk. First pitch is high, 1-0.
He has 2 homers on the season, both at home. Just saying.
Can't make that stuff up. That's great. Gavin Homer with the 1-0 pitch. One's fouled out of play, and it's 1-1. Let's see if he can bring Cienfuegos home. Any more home puns?
No.
That's all we got. 1-1 on
Very
it.
good.
Little
you could
inside.
say Home Alone, I guess. I don't know. This is a big play right here.
Yeah, big moment in the ball game. 1 out, runner at third. It's Cienfuegos. 2-1 to Homer in the dirt. Good stop
block
by Page.
Wow. If it goes to the backstop, he's coming home.
No question. Runs and hits for the Green Giants tonight. Tough to come by. Only 1 for the ball game. And that was not a hard hit ball. 3-1 pitch to Homer. Outside, he walked him. And this is shaping up to be a pretty good inning here for the Green Giants. But they do need a big hit eventually.
So Chris Latta will step up to the plate with first and third. Hasn't batted a lot this season. Just started batting in the second half of the year.
Latta is grounded out to third and grounded out to second. 0 for 2. 1 out, runners at the corners. Runner breaking for second, and Homer has stolen it without a throw. So now a base hit could potentially give the Green Giants the lead. 2-0 on it as the Pitch was up and in.
Nobody throwing in the pen for Saginaw.
That's interesting because they did have someone throwing to start the inning. Now it's 3-0.
Definitely taking on this one. Don't even think about it.
First base is open with 1 out. And the intentional walk given to Latta.
Will be our first look at Klepner, because Alex Crump is out of the game. And there'll be discussion at the mound here with a 3-2 score here in the bottom of the 6th inning, and the wheels are turning. Still nobody up in the Saginaw pen, so I can assume that will remain status quo on the mound. And the Green Giants with the bases loaded. Again, they've only had 1 hit tonight. One of our sponsors, Tommy's Barbecue, 999 Erie Street East in Windsor, 519-254-1111. Tommy's Barbecue, some great grub.
Oh.
Dom goes there all the time.
That's weird. He never brings me any though.
Me neither.
That's
We're going to have a talk with Dom. His turn.
Klepner stands in for his first at bat. Bases loaded, 1 out, bottom of the 6th.
6 straight balls so far delivered there by Sleeman.
2-0 now as Seaman hoping to get that pitch, but it was outside. Klepner going to take till he gets a strike and maybe even 2 here. 2-0, 1 out, bases loaded. In there for a strike, 2-1. As Bill mentioned, this is the first official at bat for Klepner, who took over behind the plate. Outside corner, 2-2.
Well, he's got to protect here.
I like this approach by Klepner here. But as you mentioned, got to choke up a little. Time called at home plate by the catcher, Page. Got to be confident in your skills with the bat to take 2 strikes, and that's what Klepner did. 2-2 now. Breaking ball, little low. You heard some groans there from the Saginaw dugout.
It was close. Now the payoff pitch.
Runners will be, well, maybe not. There's 1 out, so hopefully not the runners in motion here. 3-2, the count on Klepner, and it's in the dirt. Ball 4, he's walked in a run to tie the game.
Green Giants have tied this one up at 3. We're in the 6th. They've only have 1 hit. Dion steps up with the bases loaded, and both teams now have walked in runs that have not helped their cause. Wildness here at the ballpark.
Yeah, both teams have really struggled to locate here this evening. 3-3 tie. Dion, the number 9 hitter, takes a strike. Infield up the middle. It's a passive double play depth. They're not really keeping it tight up the middle. Everybody else pretty much plays Dion straight up and shallow, and it's 1-1 on him.
Green Giants looking to take the lead for the 2nd time tonight, albeit short-lived.
Siemens 1-1. Bender in there, 1-2. You got to wait on that. 1-2 on Dion. Homer at 3rd, Latta at 2nd, Klepner at 1st. The pitch. Swung on and missed, and with first base occupied, Dion is a strikeout victim.
Well, we'll take us back to the top of the order with Carter Mossy. Let's see what he can do. He's due for a hit.
Flied out to left and a strikeout in 2 consecutive at-bats. Chance for the Green Giants to really blow this one open. They have one in to tie this one 3-3, but the base is still loaded, and Seaman almost threw it away on the first pitch. Good stop by Page. 1-0 on Mossy. That one's wide, and Mossy another patient approach here.
I think I take this next pitch. What do you think?
Yeah, it's good to see that, Bill, because he has struck out the last two, but he's not really chomping at the bit to get that hit. 2-0 pitch is popped up to second base. O'Keefe under it, and that will end the threat. St. Clair gets one, but boy, Saginaw does a great job holding that one up and keeping it a 3-3 tie heading to the 7th with more baseball coming up after this.
It's new, it's fresh, it's innovative, it's WeTV, Windsor Essex Television, and you can watch it anywhere. www.we-tv.ca is the place to be. If it's sports, entertainment, or community events, WeTV has what you're looking for. The people, places, and faces of our community are front and center on WeTV. Check out www.we-tv.ca for what's being webcast live. WeTV, we got you covered.
A staggering 40% of all majorly injured patients in Windsor, Essex are impaired by alcohol or marijuana. When you go out, it is your responsibility to make plans for a sober ride home. Designate a sober driver, call a taxi, or use public transit. The choice is yours. Drive sober, get home safe. Or the next ride you get might not be taking you home.
Bill Kelso back here at the ballpark along with Joey Patano. And Joey, a new pitcher there for the St. Clair Green Giants.
Big lanky left-hander Garrett Nicholson, 6'4", 217 out of Central Michigan University. He's from Sydney Mines, Nova Scotia. So a Maritimer gets in the ball game here. 10th appearance of the year. He's a starter by trade, but he's coming out of relief here in the final game of the regular season. 0-2, 8.10 ERA. 26 and 2/3 innings, and the walk to strikeout ratio again. Way more walks than strikeouts, but Nicholson's a guy, again, much like Persa, who kind of nibbles at the strike zone, not overpowering stuff from this lefty.
Yeah, you're right, and there are some concerns, obviously, about his walk ratio, but we'll see how he does here tonight in the 7th inning. Now with the game tied, 3 runs, 4 hits, and no errors for the Sugar Beets. 3 runs, 1 hit, and no errors for the Green Giants as we get set to start the 7th inning. Joey?
And pinch hitting for the Sugar Beets. Number 12, Max Trucks.
We have a pinch hitter to start out the inning for the Saginaw Sugar Beets.
Max Trucks is going to pinch hit.
Great name. Alma College, so he's a Michigan guy from Mount Pleasant. That's the home of Central Michigan University.
He's going to bat for Noah Marcoux.
So Marcoux comes out of the ball game here.
You would think based on these moves that the Saginaw players know that Lima won their game.
Most likely at this point, they've probably let them know. Maybe when the Green Giants tied the game there in the 7th inning, they might have, or 6th inning, they might have let them know. It's 1-0 here. And Nicholson delivers low. 2 balls and no strikes. Check that. 1 ball and 1 strike. Trucks flies one high to center field, and let's see who takes this one. Nobody takes it. It drops in for a base hit. Dion, Homer, and Mossy couldn't decide who wanted it, and boy, it just dropped in, Bill.
Who do you give an error to? They can't score that a hit.
Yeah, no, you wish you could give an error to all 3, but really the shortstop or the center fielder really in this position, Mossy, who's running in on it, should be calling the action there and directing traffic. Dion might have lost it in the lights. It looked like he had a beat on it, but then it dropped in. So we'll wait and see how they score this one.
He's actually scored it a hit.
Wow.
A little surprised.
Trucks doesn't mind it.
No.
He's on first. First pitch from Nicholson low.
I think it should have been caught, quite frankly, by somebody.
Marshall the hitter. Fouled it straight back, evens the count 1-1. Well, Bill, that's a big run standing out there at first base now, and what looked to be a harmless fly ball out to short center field drops in.
There's a fire drill out in center field.
1-1 pitch, and showing bunt was Marshall, pulled it back, and it's 2-1. Marshall, a strikeout, a walk, and a ground out to third in the ball game. 2-1 pitch from Nicholson. Again shows bunt. Rolls away from the catcher. Throw down to second. Not in time. Homer put the swipe tag on him, but Trucks was in there. Pass ball on the catcher. Advanced the runner to second.
Showed a pretty good arm, Kleffner did.
3-1 now on Marshall. Nicholson, the tall lefty, set. Delivers ball 4 in the dirt and 2 on with nobody out here in the top half of the 7th.
Well, Green Giants are digging themselves a hole. Now with the walk and with first and second and nobody away. Almost begs the question, does anybody want to win this one?
Yeah, that was a tough one to start the inning. Here's Proctor with his second at-bat of the evening. Showing bunt. Pulls it back, but takes a strike.
He hit the ball hard to second base his last time up when he came in as a pinch hitter.
Yeah, he lined out to Gavin Homer in his first at-bat. Let's see if he can get the bunt down. Runner takes off for third, and it gets through Kleffner, and that'll advance both runners. It's not every day you see a runner go to steal third on a bunt play, but maybe they're trying to stay out of that force out at third.
But now things just kept getting worse for the Green Giants. Nobody away. Now it's second, third. Yeah, you've got a base open, but boy, this is trouble time here.
1-1 on Proctor. That one's drilled to right.
Say goodbye.
Way back. Out of here. 3-run home run for Proctor, and that puts the Sugar Beets ahead 6-3 here in the top of the 7th.
He hit it a ton. Look at, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
That was a sweet swing, too.
Not much doubt about that one. A 3-run jack by Adam Proctor, and look at this swing.
Wow.
And all Cienfuegos could do was turn around and look at it. It almost wound up in the play park. That's how deep it was.
6-3, the Sugar Beets lead now. And into the game is Ryan Missel.
Having a pretty good season. Batting .372.
For Ryan Robinette. And that one hit him. So that's a tough way to enter the game.
Well, Nicholson has certainly had a rough outing here to start things. He hasn't got an out yet. Now there's a runner on first. And this game is starting to get away from the Green Giants.
Well, Bill, as you know, it all starts with that first hitter of the inning, a little lazy pop-up to short center, and they can't
Broken
come up
play.
with it. Yeah. And wouldn't you know it, those always come back to haunt you, it seems.
And then a walk and then a 3-run bomb that was hit into deep right field. Sugar Beets in overall full measure for the win because they've hit 2 home runs here tonight.
Brady Woods 1 out of 2. You go around there. No check on the swing. 1-0.
And Woods a pretty good player. He won't be an easy out.
Ground out to short. Single for 2 on the evening. Action in the Green Giants bullpen. If I could tell by that motion, it was Steven Butts. Fouled straight back. 1-2 now on Wood. Ryan Missile at first base. He was hit by a pitch. Proctor, there's a runner going. Throw down to second, and Homer can't hang on to the throw. And he's stolen it.
Runner with a good jump. Really didn't have much of a chance for him. Throw was high.
Homer actually did a good job to keep that play alive by jumping up in the air. He would have had a chance to get him had he made the catch cleanly. But definitely not an easy play. Wood fouls it straight back, and it remains 2-2. Well, as the Green Giants had an opportunity to break it open earlier on in the bottom half of the 6th, Bill, Saginaw takes advantage of their opportunity here in the 7th.
No question about it. They've taken advantage of the breaks that given to them.
2-2 on the designated hitter, Wood. Nicholson, oh, foul ball. Wood just got a piece of that. Wednesday night, Green Giants will take on either these Saginaw Sugar Beets or the Lima Locos in the playoffs. Nicholson powers that one past Wood for a strikeout.
First out of the inning, and we've been here a while in this inning.
Yeah, it's one of those innings that's seemed to linger a little bit for the Green Giants. So here's Matthew Houle. Nicholson fires high.
Houle's 0 for 3 on the night.
A fly out to right, grounding into a fielder's choice, and then grounded into an inning-ending double play. That one's hit out towards short. Dion on the short hop knocks it down, fires to first to get Houle. Advance the runner, Missile to third on the ground out. That goes 6-3, and there's 2 out.
Well, he bobbled the ball, but recovered nicely. Made the quick throw, had the runner by a good distance, but nevertheless, there could have been another error.
Sean Fannin is 0 for 2, on base for the walk, though, his last time. Excuse me, he struck out his last time. His middle plate appearance was a walk. He also scored on that, by the way. 6-3, Sugar Beets. Top of the 7th, 2 down, runner at third. Nicholson delivers high, and it's 2-0. Fannin from Grosse Pointe Farms, Michigan. Grosse Pointe Park, want to make sure I get that right. A lot of folks don't like mixing those up.
And you from the state of Michigan should know.
I should know. It's the difference between Grosse Pointe North and Grosse Pointe South high schools, and they don't like mixing that one up. My dad, Grosse Pointe North graduate, so
very good.
he would know.
You'd know.
3-0 pitch in there, had the batter heading toward first base, and the home plate umpire calls him back. 3-1 now.
In Canada, we say Grosse Pointe. Just kidding. Just kidding.
The unnecessary ease. When One's flied out to right. Cienfuegos has a beat on it in fair territory and surrounds it, makes the catch, and that is that for Saginaw. But the big 3-run home run by Proctor is the difference, and it's 6-3 here heading in for the stretch as we take a look at the scoreboard around the league. Bill?
Ohio over Licking County. Actually, they're in the bottom of 9. It's 13-3. Galleon, the final over Lake Erie, 13-4. And Xenia losing to Richmond 8-7. Lima knocks off Grand Lake 5-4. Bottom of 9 is Hamilton 4, Cincinnati 2. And now in the top of 10, Muskegon have taken the lead. It's 6-1 Muskegon over Irish Hills in the top of 10.
So it must have been a 5 spot there in the top half of the 10th. And the big one there, Bill, is Lima 5-4 over Grand Lake. So Lima clinches home field advantage for that one-game playoff against the Saginaw Sugar Beets. New pitcher.
The Green Giants facing an uphill battle here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Trailed by the first time this game by more than 2 runs. They trailed by 3. It'll be tough coming back. Is there a new pitcher on the mound for Saginaw?
Really getting into it here on Fan Appreciation Night.
Yeah, moving right along.
New pitcher on the mound is Brandon Evans, who goes Marcus Stroman style and wears a single-digit number as a pitcher. You don't see that too often, but he's from Beaverton, Michigan, a sophomore at Rochester College, and much like Marcus Stroman, is only 5'8", 165 pounds.
Not a real big guy. You know, we used to have an old saying, you know, when it was back in the day for when karaoke singing, you applaud for 2 reasons. Either the person is great or he's finished.
The 7th inning stretch here at Lacasse Park was one of a different variety. Harry Carey rolling over at this point, I'm sure, as Evans enters the game. And DeLuke leads off. Let's get some runs here. DeLuke flying that bat head out after it, missed it, 0-1. So Evans pitching becomes the 5th pitcher of the game for Saginaw.
We knew there was a chance of both teams employing a lot of pitchers depending on outcomes. Green Giants for sure we knew.
Evans missing wide on a breaking ball, and it's 1-1. Nicholson, by the way, is the 5th pitcher for the Green Giants.
So you've seen 10 pitchers here tonight.
DeLuke in an 0-for-3 tonight. Flied out to right, flied out to first. I should say grounded out to the pitcher. And a strikeout in his last at bat.
Rodrigo has struggled the last couple weeks at the plate. At one point he's hitting over 285.
That one's hit hard to third, gobbled up in a nice play, long throw, and DeLuke again is finding that he's having some tough luck. Nice play over there by Page at third.
Real fine play by Page at third.
So let's see if the local product, Krasminski, can dig the Green Giants out of a little bit of a hole here in the bottom of the 7th. They trail 6-3. Big homer by Proctor in the top half of this inning.
The Green Giants with just 1 hit so far tonight.
No official at bat for Krasminski. Walk hit by a pitch. That can't be right. He's 0-for-1. Flied out to right in his last at bat. 1-0 on him.
That being said, the Saginaw pitchers have walked 8 batters and hit 1, which accounts for the majority of the 3 runs for the Green Giants.
2-0 on Krasminski. And the 2-0 pitch is a little wide, and now it's 3-0, and Krasminski in the driver's seat. Need base runners more than anything. Krasminski, unfortunately, can't tie the game in this situation. They're down by 3. And he watches ball 4 go by. So nicely done. Krasminski's on.
9th walk and the 10th batter to reach a base, otherwise from a hit.
So here is the right fielder, Miguel Cienfuegos.
He's walked 3 times tonight there, Joey. Should say the other night, you weren't here, of course, Carter Mossy walked 4 times.
Wow. Cienfuegos has scored twice on those 3 walks. First pitch, curveball inside.
Evans has a quirky delivery.
He
It's not
does.
delivery, certainly the finish. It's quirky.
1-0 stays high. 2-0 on Miguel Cienfuegos.
It's like he short arms it.
Yeah, he does, and maybe that's his deception. At 5'8", it's tough. You're not exactly an imposing figure standing on the mound, so you got to have a little bit of deception in your delivery. 2-0 on Cienfuegos, and he drills that one to right, but he got under it a little bit, and it's put away out there in right field by Sean Fannin.
Easy play for Fannin. As mentioned, he did get up on it. If he a little more level swing, might have done some damage, but an easy play for Fannin, and he puts it away, and there's 2 away here in the inning.
The only hit of the game for the Green Giants belongs to this fella right here, Harrison Jones.
A bloop single.
Slow bender creeps into the strike zone for a strike, 0-1. Krasminski with a modest lead at first. Evans again with a breaking pitch, and again in there for a strike, 0-2. Six-3, bottom of the 7th. Krasminski at first. 0-2 pitch. Popped him up and caught it short to end the inning. So they get 1 on via the walk, but nothing more. 6-3 the score as we head to the top of the 8th on WeTV.
Hi, I'm Luke Wilson of the Detroit Lions. For the best local sports programming, make sure to tune in to WeTV.
A staggering 40% of all majorly injured patients in Windsor-Essex are impaired by alcohol or marijuana. When you go out, it is your responsibility to make plans for a sober ride home. Designate a sober driver, call a taxi, or use public transit. The choice is yours. Drive sober, get home safe. Or the next ride you get might not be taking you home.
Hello, everybody. Bill Kelso along with Joey Patino. We're here to start the 8th inning, and we have another new pitcher on the mound for the Green Giants. It's Michael Beal, the right-hander, will come in, another local boy. He'll pitch for the Green Giants here in the 8th inning.
Yeah, Beal is the 6th pitcher of the game for the Green Giants here. Nicholson just goes the 1 inning. He unfortunately gives up the 3-run home run to Proctor. 6th appearance for Beal. He's made 1 start. 0-1, you see the ERA. That's unfortunate, but in such little action that can happen. 7 2/3 on the year, 13 walks and 9 strikeouts.
We knew the Green Giants would use a lot of pitchers tonight because of their situation in the standings. We were uncertain, of course, about the Sugar Beets. Now it appears they're doing the same things as the Green Giants. Get some arms and get ready for the playoffs as it starts in a couple days for Saginaw, 3 days for the Green Giants.
Sure, and they have an opportunity to rest up a little bit, do the Green Giants. The Sugar Beets not as much, but it looks like both teams will take that strategy throughout here this ball game. With Lima winning earlier, that really changed the dynamic of this one, where a win for Saginaw does not do anything for them. Sean O'Keefe leads off here in the top half of the 8th. 6-3, Sugar Beets. Beal out of the lineup, delivers a two-seamer that runs in on the inside corner for a strike. Oh, 1 pitch, and that one got away from Beal, and that evens the count 1-1. I can see my notes here. It looks like O'Keefe is 0 for 2 with a walk.
I got 1 for 2. He was caught stealing.
Yep.
Trying to go to second base. So he's 1 for 2 as O'Keefe. The count's 2-1.
Gotta get a little night light for us up here.
Yeah, I think so. Darkness has descended upon us here in Tecumseh.
2-1 pitch, a little wide. 3-1 now on O'Keefe. Outside, he walked it.
There have been a lot of free passes here tonight for both teams.
If I'm not mistaken, Bill, I think that's the 10th free pass awarded by the Green Giants here this evening. That is, wow, that's a lot.
Well, that's a recipe for not winning.
Page is walked twice. He crushed that one. Deep out to left field if it stays fair.
But it won't.
And it won't. It's foul.
Good rip, though. Had the distance.
All over that first pitch. Instead, it's a long strike. 0-1. O'Keefe at first on the free pass. Bender from Beal in there for a strike, and it's 0-2.
Good pitch.
Green Giants will be here at Lacasse Park on Wednesday, facing either these Sugar Beets or Lima. Curveball outside, and it's 1-2. Hopefully as many people who came out for tonight's game will be here Wednesday night. Great
Hope
crowd.
So. Yes, you're right. It has been a great crowd. It's thinned out now.
1-2 pitch is flipped out into short right field. Homer makes the play. There's one away here in the top half of the 8th.
Easy play for Homer. And get a look at this on the replay. Got under it and made a nice easy play. Runner did not advance. Winds died down a bit there, Joey.
Second at bat. Excuse me, sorry, Bill. Second at bat of the game for Alex Trucks. Curveball, strike 1.
Trucks hitting .309 on the season. Singled his last time up. And scored on the homer by Proctor.
0-1 pitch in there on the inside corner, and it's quickly 0-2 on Trucks. O'Keefe, the runner at first. One out, top of the 8th. That one's drilled out to right, but hooking foul.
Well, they got a lot on it.
One in the first, 2 in the 5th, and 3 in the 7th for the Sugar Beets. 0-2 pitch stays wide, 1-2. For the Green Giants, 2 in the 3rd and 1 in the 6th. And more action in the Green Giants pen. Beal onto the stretch with a 1-2 to Trucks. Hit hard to second, past Homer into right field. O'Keefe will hold up at second. Base hit for Trucks, and he's 2 for 2.
Well, he's proven to be a tough out here tonight for the Sugar Beets. They have a runner in scoring position with just one away here in the 8th inning.
Cooper Marshall steps in. 2 walks. And a strikeout. He's also grounded out to third here tonight. Marshall looks at a strike from Beal. Beal has been the most efficient of all the Green Giants pitchers here tonight. He has been throwing strikes since entering the game here in the 8th. Runners at first and second, one out. That one's outside. And with that being said, Bill, he still walked a guy, but
he's thrown a lot of strikes,
yeah.
right?
One and one on Marshall. Watches the curveball stay wide. 2-1 now. O'Keefe started the inning with a walk. Trucks with a base hit to move him up. And now Marshall an RBI opportunity here with one out in the 8th. Beal set. Hit right back to him, past him, and Dion gloves it. Throw to first, and they'll get Marshall.
Puts the runners at second and third with two out. And Proctor, who had a home run his last time up, steps up to the plate. 3-run blast in the 7th, and we're going to get, I think, another pitching change. Let's see.
Looks like you're right, Bill. They're going to take the ball from Beal. And I didn't happen to see who is warming up.
It's a lefty. I think it's Stephen Butts.
Yeah, looks like Stephen Butts, who was warming up earlier in the ball game, will come in for Beal here.
7th pitcher of the night employed by the Green Giants. And we'll be back with more baseball right after this.
The job market has changed, and I have to adapt. I'm not just getting theory, I'm getting skills. A degree isn't necessarily a pathway to their career. Being industry ready is. I choose to take control of my future, and my path is St. Clair College. I choose to be here.
We're going to put the Harrises at the broadcast booth here so I can go take a pee.
Entering the ball game here is Stephen Butts, making his 24th appearance. He usually cleans things up on the back end of the bullpen for St. Clair. He's 5-3, saves with 3 of them on the year, 4.31 ERA, 31 1/3 innings, and the strikeout to walk ratio is incredible, Bill. That's great stuff.
Yes, he's had a really nice season, that's for sure. The left-hander, Stephen Butts. Not tall, he's only 5'9", 5'10".
Senior at Arizona Christian University in Glendale, Arizona. Glendale, nice area, home of the Arizona Coyotes NHL hockey team.
Yeah.
You know, Bill, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the folks who went into the Baseball Hall of Fame earlier today, and a couple of Detroit Tigers, and Jack Morris and Alan Trammell, and obviously Jack also a World Series with the Toronto Blue Jays as well. So congratulations to both those guys, as well as former Montreal Expo Vladimir Guerrero. So great to see those guys, you know, get into the Hall of Fame. And very deserving for Alan Trammell, and I wouldn't be surprised if Lou Whitaker possibly
would be next.
Yeah, get in as soon as next year.
Certainly a pretty good double play combo, aside from the fact they could both hit. So Proctor will face the lefty Butts.
There's also a pinch runner now at third. Taking over
Connor
for
Carping
O'Keefe.
will run at third.
First pitch from Butts is a strike to Proctor. So Connor Carping is in for O'Keefe. Proctor, a 3-run bomb in his last at bat, looks at strike 2, and he's down 0-2. Stephen Butts coming in out of the bullpen throwing strikes. Sugar Beets having a little fun. Why wouldn't they at this point? Up by 3. 0-2 pitch. Proctor stays alive. big cut there. This kid doesn't get cheated.
No, he likes to take the swings, that's for sure. That's a good stroke.
Well, he almost hit one to the water slide. That 3-run bomb earlier. Falls that one off to the right, and still 0-2 on him. Stephen Butts, credit him, he's gone right after Proctor. Runners at second and third here with 2 out. 0-2 on the hitter. And that one just did miss him. One and two. As Butts breezed him with that heater. Butts ready in the stretch. A little outside, evens the count 2-2.
Proctor's a tough out.
Yeah, he's fouled off a couple of tough pitches from Butts to stay alive here and work the count even. 2-2. Breaking pitch popped up on the infield, and the pitcher, Butts, makes the catch. You don't see that too often.
They usually defer.
He was all over that one. And he stems the tide there as Saginaw was threatening. 6-3 going into the bottom of the 8th, and we'll go downstairs. Aaron and Justin coming up with more.
All right, guys, thank you very much. We got a little jokester up in here, but this is the final day of the regular season, which means the playoffs are right around the corner, JP. In the Northern Division, it's already set up. The Lima Locals are going to play host to the Saginaw Sugar Beets on Tuesday, and the winner of that will be here on Wednesday. But as of tonight, the Southern Division has been signed, sealed, and delivered in terms of playoff standings.
Yeah, the Copperheads earlier today won 13-3 in their matchup against the Settlers. That clinched them the first spot to get into the playoff series. That means the play-in game that is on Tuesday night will be between two different teams, the Steam and the Joes. That's going to be an intense matchup for sure in that playoff game. Both series are going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen to set up the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 3 games straight for the playoff series to determine who will compete for the championship.
Steaming Joes, and as for the other hand in the Northern Division, the winner of the Saginaw and Lima play-in will play against the St. Clair Green Giants this Wednesday here at LaCasse Park. 7 p.m. will be the start, so it will be the Green Giants versus the winner of the Lima Locos Saginaw Sugar Beets play-in series. So that's the story for you as far as playoffs is concerned. We're going to go back upstairs to Bill and Joey.
Thanks, guys, for that information as we get the playoff picture. Certainly the teams that start the playoffs, after that, who knows what happens. However, we get set to start the bottom half of the 8th inning. Green Giants will have Homer, Lana, and Alex Klepner batting, and Joey, Green Giants are running out of time.
Yeah, they really are, and that one hit is what stands out, Bill. They just haven't been able to get the bats going here this evening. Give the Sugar Beets pitchers credit as Billy Blair takes over in his 16th appearance, 8.10 ERA, but he has 3 saves on the year. He's looking to hold this one down. 21 1/3 innings, 25 strikeouts, so pretty good for Billy Blair. And Blair is at Concordia University from St. Charles, Michigan, not far away from Saginaw. First pitch to Gavin Homer outside and goes to the backstop, 1-0. Homer's walked twice, struck out, 0 for 1. One-0 pitch stays up high, 2-0 from Blair. Homer ready on the 2-0 pitch. Fooled him on the bender, and it's in there for a strike.
Nice curve.
And not a pitch that a hitter's expecting to get on a 2-0 pitch. Two-one. Again with a breaking ball, and this time it's low. 3-1 now. And a good opportunity for Homer here to get on base to get something going for the Sugar Beets in the bottom half of the 8th. Whoa, that's upstairs, and Homer watches it go by. It's ball 4, and the leadoff man is on for the Green Giants.
And Homer, probably the second fastest guy in the team, so keep your eye on him. He might be taking off here.
Chris Latta at the plate, playing third base here this evening. Reached on a walk. Other than that, he's grounded out to third and grounded out to second. And they're keeping a close eye on Homer. 2 quick throws already from Blair.
That was his better move, the second one.
And Homer making a bid for dirtiest jersey once again. Strike 1 on Latta. Again, the sequence of Blair, he's kind of mixing it up. Throwing over immediately after he gets the ball from the catcher, something that you're not used to seeing. There goes Homer. That one's hit high in the air to left center field, and it is over the head of the center fielder. Homer rounding third. He's going to try to score, and the throw goes over the cutoff man's head. It's a triple for Latta, and Homer scores. It's 6-4 here in the bottom of the 8th.
Well, the Green Giants are still in this one on the long fly ball there by Latta. Kept on going and going. Look at this on the replay. They couldn't track it down in the outfield. Just hung up there, it seemed.
Yeah, as you mentioned, it was Missile out there who came in for Robinette, and that was the first ball that was hit out there to him, Bill, and that was not an easy play, about 5 feet away from the wall.
First hit in 5 innings for the Green Giants.
Only the second hit of the ball game. Kleffner well behind on the first pitch, 0-1. Blair set. Ball 1.
Blair throws hard.
The triple by Latta brought in Homer. 6-4. Kleffner out to center. Caught by Missile. Runner tags. Here's the throw to the plate. It is not in time. Latta scores. And it's 6-5 here in the bottom of the 8th.
Kleffner does his job and brings the run in on the fly to center field. Look at this on the replay. Just deep enough to get him in.
And a good idea by Latta to run on Missile. He overthrew the cutoff man on the last play, so we gave it a shot there and ends up scoring. Dion in a good spot. 1 out, base is empty, but here's another guy, just like Homer getting on earlier. If he can get on, wreak a little havoc on the base pass. 1-0 pitch to Dion. Fouled straight back.
9th batter in the lineup, so he'll be coming to the top of the lineup, regardless what happens to Dion.
1-1 pitch. Inside, 2-1. Dion attends St. Clair College. He's a senior this year. He's from Windsor, Ontario. 2-1 pitch. Bender missed it. Catcher hung it up there for the umpire, but he wasn't going up with the right hand. Dion in a favorable count here. And that's wide for ball 4, and Blair, the pitcher, visibly upset. Not the tying run on here in the bottom of the 8th, Bill.
And nobody throwing in the Sugar Beets pen. They're going to have a discussion at the mound here in the 8th inning. And the Green Giants have scored twice in this inning, certainly helped by the triple by Lana.
That was a big at-bat. And, good base running by Homer on that one to score from first. That's a play that you got to be able to read out there. And he did a great job reading that play, knowing it was going to get down and turn the Jets on. So the conference is over. Mossy's due.
And he's due for a hit. Just 2 for 10 his last 10 at-bats. He's hitting almost 300, so he's due.
Quick check on Dion. Well, we were moving right along, Bill, the first 3-4 innings, but the game has slowed down a little bit, and to the Green Giants' advantage here, they're trying to come back in this one. 3-run homer by Proctor broke a 3-3 tie in the top half of the 7th, but 2 runs here from the Green Giants have made it a 6-5 game. It's 1-0 on the leadoff hitter, Mossy. Another check on Dion.
Dion, we've talked about it, has good speed at first.
Billy Blair. Mossy showing bunt, pulls it back, 2-0 on him. Blair is the 6th pitcher used this evening by Saginaw.
And the Green Giants have utilized 7.
Stephen Butts, the 7th pitcher to appear tonight for St. Clair.
And they've got people throwing in the pen.
Amazingly
Talking
enough.
about St. Clair.
Did you get warm before the game, Bill? 2-0 pitch. Whoa, strike call, then Mossy would need 2 bats to hit that one.
Yeah, it was interesting call.
2-1 now. One out, Dion at first. A token throw over there by Blair. Another throw over. Overall, a nice night. The wind has kind of died down. It's probably a little bit more damp than it was at first pitch, but the bugs have stayed away. It's been a very enjoyable night for the folks here at Lacasse Park.
Yes, it has.
Trying to make it a little bit better here if they can get Dion around the base pass to tie this one up. Bottom of the 8th, 2-1 pitch. Mossy fouls it off to the right.
Well, he'll be swinging away here.
Mossy staring down an 0 for 5 tonight. So most likely be his last at bat unless we go to extra innings. Again, they check on Dion.
I think they're just trying to tire Dion out.
I believe that's the 6th throw over this at bat. Unbelievable. 2-2 pitch. Mossy stays alive, fouls it straight back. It's not exactly like I noticed Blair is especially slow to the plate or trying to overcompensate for anything when it comes to that, but boy, he is just really preoccupied with Dion over there.
If Mossy gets on base, it looks like Matthew Ornelia is going to come in and pinch hit for Duluth.
Two-two pitch. Curveball. Close one. Stays outside. 3-2. See if Dion's running here with 1 out. And they'll check on him again just in case he was thinking about getting a head start. I like that Dion at this point is back up and getting his lead before the pitcher even gets back on the rubber. 3-2 pitch from Blair. Swung on and missed, and Mossy's 0 for 5.
It's a big out for the Sugar Beets here in the 8th inning. Now 2 away, and it'll bring up Matthew Ornelia, the left-handed batter.
We'll see if Ornelia takes over in left field as well for Duluth in the top of the 9th, where there's more defensive changes to come.
He's normally an outfielder anyways. Normally plays right when he does play in the field.
Ornelia 299 on the season, 19 batted in, so they're getting a little bit of pop here in the bat. Total of 5 extra base hits on the season.
Defensively, he's been hitting for your Giants. From Palomar College, number 18, Matthew Ornelia.
Green Giants trying to stay alive. That's a pretty good look here at the ballpark.
What was gusting straight out, well, toward right center field really earlier tonight is now pretty calm. Usually in this part of Ontario, especially over here, there's usually at least some sort of breeze being so close to the water, but tonight it's been very calm. First pitch in there for a strike. Two out. Bottom of the 8th. Dion at first, and Ornelia looks at a ball, and that evens the count 1-1. Again, they check on Dion. I'm not even sure that he wasn't standing on first base when they threw over there.
He's a force of habit.
Looked like he had to just put his right foot back on the bag. 1-1 pitch. Breaking pitch outside. 2-1 now on Ornelia. From Palomar College, a sophomore from Vista, California. 2-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Good heater from Blair on the outer half. Big spot here for the pinch hitter, Ornelia. Dion leads off first, 2-2. Followed straight back.
Green Giants will love to get him aboard to bring up Krasmensky. Even though Krasmensky's a switch hitter, he'll bat left if should he get his chance here in the 8th. If not, he'll start the 9th. Unfinished business here.
Blair has the sign, and out of the stretch comes the 2-2. And again, Ornelia putting up a fight.
He's hanging in there. Got to give him credit for that.
It's a good at-bat off the bench. Sugar Beets have Lima coming up. The winner of that game will play the Green Giants here at Lacasse Park on Wednesday. We'll have the coverage for you right here on WeTV. 2-2, and again, that one's going residential.
Yeah. It's not a car, more likely a house.
Hopefully not a window either. Hot shot to the left over the netting here at Lacasse Park and into the neighborhood. Blair in quite a battle here with Ornelia. 2-2 pitch. Runner goes, and it's strike 3 called at the bottom of the kneecaps. And that'll do it for the Green Giants half of the 8th. We head to the 9th, 6-5, Saginaw over the Green Giants on WeTV.
Windsor started a tradition way back of giving us great barbecue north of the border, and you can taste that tradition when you come to Tommy's Barbecue. Dive into Tommy's rotisserie-style ribs and chicken, along with the crinkle-cut fries, coleslaw, and the original hot and sweet sauces. Plus all those amazing desserts like Black Forest cake and strawberry cheesecake. Taste the tradition and so much more at Tommy's Barbecue, 999 Erie Street East. See you there, Windsor.
I am Nadia Comuneci for the best in local programming. Watch WeTV.
We are back at Lacoste Park here in Tecumseh for the 9th inning, and Steven Streltzkov is on the mound for the Green Giants, the big left-hander, to pitch the 9th inning. The 8th pitcher. There's a beautiful looking pooch. Beautiful dog.
You know, that's great that the folks here in the community can bring their dog out with them, enjoy some baseball here at Lacoste Park. The good boys and good girls like them too. They love baseball.
Absolutely. So Ornelia is going to right field. And Cienfuegos has moved to left. In the defensive alignment as Streltzkov is finishing off his warm-up tosses.
Streltzkov is from Meade, Washington, senior at Arizona Christian.
So it's Streltzov, I guess, with a Z instead of a K. Sorry. So Streltzov with a Z.
With
or
a
Z,
Z.
whatever you guys say in the U.S. I don't know.
I can adjust to a Z. Working in the OHL, you have to adjust to a Z.
Yeah, that's a good point. You guys say Z? I don't know. You guys say Z over there?
Yeah.
Okay. I always got confused.
Watching Hockey Night in Canada broadcast as a kid got me used to Z. Pretty early age.
Very good.
So Streltzkov here in the top of the 9th. Delivers a strike. Nice pitch there. Missiles a lefty. At the dish. Throws right-handed. Hit by a pitch and is only at bat. And he flies this one out toward the left side foul. 0-2 on him. Missile stays alive. Still 0-2. And Streltzkov's come in throwing some heat. Might as well. You have a couple days off here but before the playoff games. That one stays high. And I think Dave Cooper and Chico Labute have done a nice job managing this game. Knowing the scenarios for them, it's all been wrapped up. Missile fouls it back once again.
Just wanted to get a couple pitchers some work that they know they'll be utilizing. Other pitchers, of course, weren't used. So you're right, managing your staff, and we knew that going into this game. Saginaw now has done the same thing once they found out the results.
1-2 on Ryan Missile. Streltzkov, Bender, hit him in the back. Been hit again, Bill, second time in the game. So 2 at-bats, 2 hit by pitches, and Missile's wondering if he should have stayed home today.
I think so. And the only batter that's been hit for Saginaw here tonight. So he may feel like he's been singled out.
Brady Wood, a single for 3. Good average on the year, though, 331.
He's a dangerous hitter.
Wood cranks it out to left center field, and this one will be over the head of Mossy into the wall. This should score at least 1 run. Rounding third and heading home is Missile. Throw to the plate, not in time. It is a RBI double here in the top of the 9th for Brady Wood, and extends the Saginaw lead to 7-5.
Well, an insurance run for sure. They get 1 run back after giving up a couple in inning number 8. He belted that one, didn't he?
That hit by pitch proves costly.
Look at this swing.
Yeah, he was all over that pitch.
Good whip in the bat there, wasn't it?
Streltzkopf, first pitch. Fires a strike in there.
Steltzov can throw hard.
Poole trying to avoid the dreaded 0 for 5. One and one. Again, Wednesday night, the playoffs begin here at LaCasse Park. Hope to see you at the field. 1-1 pitch. That one's fouled off the catcher. Yikes.
Right. Got him in the hand.
Pretty good swing, though, by Hoole. You heard one of the Sugar Beets players yell, "You're on it," because he didn't miss that one by much, and now Chico LeBute's out to look at his catcher. Again, Bill, at this point, you're just hoping to get out of this game without any severe injuries, really even any injuries
to anybody.
Yeah.
Arms or whatever. If you're pitchers.
That's why, quite frankly, I'm a little surprised to see as many position players in as there are right now. I thought both teams would empty their benches in this one. 1-2 pitch from Streltzov, and he blew it right by him, strike 3.
Well, in defense of the Green Giants, they actually only have 3 or 4 extra position players dressed. So they're a little shorthanded when it comes to extra bodies, pitchers notwithstanding, for position players. In fact, Lada and Cienfuegos, who pitch, also play positions. So that is a case there. They'll get a couple players back possibly for the playoffs.
Hoole strikes out, and he is 0 for 5. Fannin is 0 for 3. Breaking pitch, stays away. Fannin does have a walk to his credit, and he scored on that walk.
In fact, David Cole is the only other position player available, and he got hurt the other night, got hit by a pitch in the knee. Though dressed, I don't think they want to use him, so they're holding him up for the playoffs. Otherwise, he may have been in already.
Two 2-0 on Fannin. Inside. Sharping on deck.
They also lost Brady Dorn a couple weeks ago just during the All-Star break for the season. He was batting .344.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate. He was tearing it up, leading the league in batting average. Streltzov ready with the 3-0. Upstairs, he walked him. And so now runners at first and second here in the top of the ninth with only one out, but the double play still is now in order. And an out at the nearest base will do.
Connor Charping, the batter. He came in as a pinch runner.
First official at bat. First pitch in there for a strike. Charping, a right-handed hitter, attends Western Michigan University. He's a sophomore from Trenton, Michigan. Downriver. Runner heading to third, throw there and not in time. So Wood steals second, and either somebody missed the sign or the double steal was not on because the runner at first
remained there.
Fannin stayed there. So not a double steal. The double play still in order, which leads me to believe somebody did miss a sign because they were trying to get out of the double play situation there. 0-2 with one out. on Sharping. Now the runner goes. Throw to second. Not in time, and now they are out of the double play situation as Fannon's stolen it.
And a free base available too. Although at 1 and 2, you're going to want to try and get the batter.
So Wood at third, Fannin at second, and the 1-2 pitch is fouled off to the right.
Well, this game has certainly slowed down to a crawl since the 4th inning.
And what could be contributing to that, Bill, is 20 walks between the two teams here in this game.
I didn't think we'd have a walkathon.
That one's bounced to second. Homer up with it, fires home, and it's wide to the catcher and to the backstop. This will score 2 runs as Wood is in and Fannin is in, and it's 9-5 Sugar Beets.
Look at this on the replay, and Homer couldn't make the play at home.
Third baseman number 15, Daniel Page.
Errant throw. Had a chance at the runner, and then both guys scored, Fannin and Wood. And now it's a 4-run bulge in favor of the Sugar Beets here in the 9th inning, and still only 1 away.
Well, I don't think they're going to be able to avoid giving Homer an error on that one. But it seems like they might have, because it's up there as a hit right now. I don't know how to explain the runner scoring from third then if there's no error to be given. 0-1. And now it's 1-1 on him. This is Page, who's at third base tonight. Streltsov out of the stretch. Runner at second. And that one's outside. 2-1. Sharping at second base. That one's on the outside corner. 2-2. Streltsov will take it. Still just 1 out here. Top half of the 9th inning, and the Sugar Beets have putting up a 3 spot. They have given error to Gavin Homer. Runner going to third. Throw. Got him. Nice throw from behind the plate by Kleffner.
Look at this on the replay. Great throw by Kleppner.
And they cut down the runner Sharping at third. So now the base is empty and the count full on Page.
Let's just get out of the inning.
And he got him. Swung on and missed, and that'll end the top half of the 9th inning. So the Sugar Beets kill their own rally. 9-5 the score as we head to the bottom half of the 9th inning.
Well, the Green Giants enter this inning only trailing by a run, and then the Sugar Beets get 3 as we look again at the next game. It will be Wednesday, August the 1st here at Lacoste Park in Tecumseh. 7 o'clock start. We don't know who the opponents are in regards to the other side. St. Clair Green Giants are playing. It's either going to be, as you've mentioned, and I have mentioned also on this broadcast, it will either be the Saginaw Sugar Beets or the Lima Locos. Whoever wins the game on Tuesday between those two teams will play here Wednesday in the best of three.
And unless something drastically changes, it looks like both those Lima and Saginaw teams will be going into their one-game playoff coming off victories. So Saginaw in the driver's seat here with a 4-run lead heading into the bottom half of the 9th inning. But that should be very interesting to see Wednesday playoff baseball here at Lacoste Park. Looking forward to that.
Gee, we might see you back here again.
Well, maybe. I mean, I'll make the rounds. If that's an invitation, I'll be back. No question. This is great baseball, and I love this ballpark. So,
although you might be their good luck charm, I may not have you back. No, just kidding. Just kidding. But
looks like the third baseman, Page, is coming in to pitch.
He's pitched before.
Okay, he has pitched before. That was going to be my next question, Bill. Do we have a position player pitching here? But it looks like Page does have some pitching stats this year. Third appearance on the mound. It's almost awkward to see a pitcher with that dirty of a uniform.
That's true. That being said, he has had not a lot of work at third anyways.
Yeah, that's very true. So he gets into this ball game. He's pitched 2 innings on the year. Krasminski will lead it off. Heart of the order for the for the Green Giants, I should say, here in the bottom half of the ninth. But there's the line score here. If you're scoring with us, it's boy, that 3-run spot in the ninth inning was big because Saginaw, or I should say the Green Giants, once again that 2 spot to get things close again, and the wheels just came off a little bit there in the top half of the ninth inning.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the Green Giants do. As you mentioned, they are in the heart of their lineup, but they're down to the last 3 outs. So what goes to third?
We have a new catcher too, Bill. Looks like Charping's behind the plate.
He's done that before. He's another one of their catchers.
So with that being said, there has to be one more defensive replacement out there.
And it's somewhere out there and we just can't tell. More than likely the shortstop.
Hopefully we get to a situation in the top of the 10th where we can tell you who that defensive replacement is. Krasminski, the hitter, to lead off, looks at a ball.
It's a long way back for the Green Giants here in the ninth.
2 walks, hit by a pitch, 0 for 1. That is a drive out to right field and going to get down. Base hit. Good job by Krasminski. Leadoff man on, bottom of the ninth.
Third hit of the night for the Green Giants. Soft single to right, but he gets it in there.
And only the 3rd hit of the night for Krasminski. Or for the Green Giants, I should say.
Cienfuegos, who's walked 3 times tonight and flown out to right.
Ball low, as Bill mentioned. No real depth off the bench in this situation for the Green Giants. They've pretty much exhausted all their players at this point, so Krasminski not the fleetest of foot at first, but again, not their slowest runner either.
No, he has decent speed actually for a big guy. He's not fast, but he's got decent speed.
They check on him over there.
I don't think he's a base stealing threat though.
Cienfuegos looks at a ball, and it's 2-1. He didn't like that strike 1 pitch, by the way, Bill. It was outside, and he even pointed to show the umpire that it was maybe a little off the plate. The 2-1 pitch is high, 3-1. Max Trucks is at first base. That's one of the changes we have for you for Saginaw defensively. 3-1 pitch is in there for a strike. Cooper Marshall is moved to short. 3-2 to Cienfuegos. Strike 3 called. That outside corner is wide, and Page hit it.
Well, if it's even close, you've got to take a poke at it.
From Paradise Valley Community College, your first baseman, number 36, Harrison Jones.
So it's on Jones, who has one of the 3 knocks in the game for the Green Giants. He is a single for 4. Krasminski at first. Green Giants down by 4 here in the bottom of the ninth. Page on the mound, who started the game at third. Swung on and missed on the elevated fastball.
Seems to be enjoying himself more on the mound.
He can throw it. I mean, he burned that one in there. Jones well behind on that fastball. 0-1 pitch. Bounce third base side foul, and it's 0-2 on Jones. So the Sugar Beets have a one-game playoff with Lima to look forward to, and the Green Giants will eagerly await that winner. 0-2 on Jones. Got him. 3 pitches. 2 down here in the bottom half of the ninth.
Well, Page has had a nice inning so far. He'll leave it up to Gavin Homer. It comes down to the last out for the Green Giants.
Homer has walked 3 times and struck out. But Page is pounding the strike zone.
That was headed back towards us there, Joey. I expect you to grab it, not me.
I was all over it. I brought my glove to the ballpark. 0-1 on Gavin Homer. And now they're down to their last strike. There you see it. 3 walks and a strikeout. Scored once.
Boy, Gavin was headed to the Detroit River on that swing.
He was looking to try to make this a 2-run game again. 0-2 on Homer. The pitch. Got him. And the Sugar Beets win it. Final score is the Sugar Beets 9 and the St. Clair Green Giants 5. And boy, Bill, one thing that stands out in this game, it was far from pretty.
No question about the Green Giants. Lose this one 9-5. So the final score on this one, 9-5 for the Saginaw Sugar Beets. We'll see you on Wednesday. Good night for myself and Joy. We'll be pausing for a break.
Like our champions, we know what it takes to win. Every day we put on our uniforms and we strive to be the best. Ring after ring, we keep practicing until it becomes second nature. Our craftsmen have put in thousands of hours to master their trade. And when things get tough, we make the adjustments needed to stay on top. Baron Championship rings. This is who we are.
I learn by doing. I learn by reacting to a situation. St. Clair puts me directly into my industry. I'm dealing with real patients, real life situations. It's not just theory. It's not book work anymore. I choose to take control of my future and my path to St. Clair College. I choose to be here.
Did you know that the most severe injuries in our region are motor vehicle crashes? 65% of road fatalities last year were directly the result of distracted driving. 90% of injuries arriving in our emergency rooms are preventable. Our message to you this summer is, put down the phone. Just drive. Let's work together to keep our trauma stretchers empty.
It's new, it's fresh, it's innovative, it's WeTV, Windsor Essex Television, and you can watch it anywhere. www.we-tv.ca is the place to be. If it's sports, entertainment, or community events, WeTV has what you're looking for. The people, places, and faces of our community are front and center on WeTV. Check out www.we-tv.ca for what's being webcast live. WeTV, we got you covered.
All right, wrapping up the regular season here at Lacasse Park. Joining me once again, the head coach of the Green Giants, Dave Cooper. And Dave, regular season's now over. Let's push all the attention towards the playoffs. Talk about the preparation and how that's going to take in order to jumpstart a championship run here.
Well, you're going into playoffs. I mean, we move forward from what we just saw tonight, and get intense and get excited, and let's go.
It's coming down to the Locos and the Saginaw Sugar Beets. They're going to play on Tuesday, and you'll go up against whoever wins out of that. I mean, you guys know these teams well. I mean, playing them in a short span, about 5 to 6 days. How much does that factor into the preparation?
Well, we played each team 4 times. I mean, it's enough to have an idea what's going on, but you don't know who's hot and who's not, and depends who pitches, and depends who pitches for us. And I mean, take your pick of who you want to play. I mean, we split with them, and we beat the Locos 3 out of 4. But again, whoever shows up on Wednesday, we're going to handle.
We'll be here Wednesday, too. Good luck, Coach.
Thank you.
Rest up. All right, the final score, as you can see, a typical workday, 9-5. The Sugar Beets take care of the Green Giants. We invite you to come back here this Wednesday for Game 1 of the Northern Division Final. It'll be the St. Clair Green Giants against the winner of the play-in-play game between the Sugar Beets and the Lima Locos. Tune in for that 7 p.m. That wraps it up for the regular season portion of the Great Lakes Summer Collegiate League here. Of course, a lot of games have happened. A lot of players struck it rich. And, of course, this guy right here, he struck it rich, too.
Mom, I love you.
And you know what? There's your message right there. This is why we love these guys. Of course, the attitude, the characters that they produce. We had it all here, and we're going to see more of that when it comes to playoff time, which is in a couple of days. So that's it. Until Wednesday, on behalf of the whole crew here, including Bill Kelso, JP, Justin Prince, we want to thank Joey Battano for coming down for Saginaw, the entire WeTV crew. This be Aaron Sanders saying so long from the town of Tecumseh.